You are now tuned in to the GNWY podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the GNWY podcast. And we have none other than my man, my mentor, my person that I looked up to. Also, a little bit of twinness going on here. But my man, Marcus Jackson, everybody, make some noise one time for Marcus Jackson. Eastside Drama, everybody.
I'm glad to be
in
here.
the building. Bro, how you doing, man?
Man, we've been trying to do this
For at least a year.
at least a year.
Been dodging every one of the texts.
Can
Every one of the
we can we
calls.
blame the pandemic?
I would like to
I would
say
like
it
to
was
humbly present the pandemic as my barrier to getting here.
we'll take that one. We'll take that one. But you know what? You're here now.
That's all
and
that
we
matters.
appreciate
Yes.
that you are here, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? For one, we've known each other for a while.
Bro, sheesh.
We had last time we had Sean Johnson on the podcast. We talked about the first time that we took a trip together.
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
And Sean almost beat up
Everybody.
a very large man.
But I was stuffed in the back seat with a angry Sean.
Yes.
And just think about this though, because y'all knew everybody in the building or in the van.
Yeah.
I knew nobody. Okay.
Yeah,
but
you
probably
were pretty
DB.
fresh with the group.
DB
Yeah.
was the only one I knew.
You knew DB.
Yeah. But he's quiet. Him and I are quiet people.
Right.
If we don't know nobody.
And he was quiet. 'Cause
Yes.
I think he'd never seen Sean get upset.
Yeah.
I was antagonizing,
Of course.
and because I was having a great time.
2020 now hindsight 2020, I know that that's your personality, but during that time not knowing anybody, I was like, wow, this guy is just egging it on, making everything worse. I'm sitting next to someone super pissed, and then we have the guy up there just thinking that he knows what's going on. And I was like, alrighty.
Oh,
So yeah,
man.
but it was a good time, bro.
It was. It
was a good
It was
time.
a great time.
But how long ago was that? That was probably like what, 10?
20 that had to be 2012, 2013.
Really? So that's
like-
about 10 years.
Yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro.
So we've
And-
been knowing each other, bro.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, we be in my garage studio.
Yeah.
like working on music stuff.
Yeah.
Man, bro, you
Long
went
time.
you went by a different name.
We talked about that on the last episode too, and I didn't even want to talk about it. But Joel
I
brought
finally
it up.
changed
Yeah.
it. I finally changed it. in
You
my phone.
changed it. I was that
finally
in your
changed
phone.
it for
JJ
for
Fresh,
10
I
years.
was in your phone.
I recently changed it.
What is recent?
Maybe the end of last year. Yeah, it's been JJ Fresh.
That's
pretty-
hilarious.
But what it was one day I was trying to tell Siri to do something, and I wasn't saying JJ Fresh,
What were you saying?
Jordan,
Oh.
and I'm just like, why won't she listen to me? And so I went to type in your name, and
That's
it wasn't coming up
hilarious.
in my contacts, and I was like, I gotta
Wow.
change it.
That's hilarious.
He's not JJ Fresh anymore.
It's been 10 years.
Still
bro.
fresh.
A decade. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Bro, and even before that, I've known of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you, for one, are amazing artist, producer. You've done the things, okay?
Yeah.
You've done some amazing, even in this past 10 years, you've done some amazing stuff. Isn't that crazy? Just to think of that small amount of time, how much you've
It
done?
don't feel like 10.
Isn't that crazy, though?
Yeah, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And you were, first of all, we'll start off. You started off doing music? How long ago?
Oh man,
Did that start when you were in high school or middle school?
high
or?
school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So high school was when I started to pursue music like seriously.
Because you were actually in the band, right?
Band geek all
Band
day.
geek, okay.
We
What'd you
didn't-
play?
We wasn't called band geeks though.
Oh,
Yeah. It
What-
was
what they
like
call you?
it was like a fraternity.
really?
Yeah. But we were called. So I was on the drum line, and they called us the Road Dogs.
Roll
And
Dogs.
talk. Yeah.
That's way swaggier than
it was
band
pretty.
geek.
It was pretty swag. Everybody had
Yeah.
a nickname. Mine was Chippendale.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you choose that or they chose that for you?
You never choose your name.
Okay, of course.
They're gonna choose your name based on the thing you're most insecure about is gonna be your nickname.
So what were you insecure about?
My chipmunk teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
hilarious.
and it was crazy. So the band teacher, he was a Marine. an ex-Marine.
Got you. Okay.
But he was also a civil rights activist. He did sit-ins with Claire Looper. He was
Where'd you graduate
joke.
from?
I graduated from Classen.
Okay. Yeah.
But he was a dual instructor in Northeast and Classen. And so we marched and did pep rallies and all of that with Northeast, which was cool for me being an East Sider. Like I was able to go to this school for arts and music, but I was able to express at Northeast, like in my own community.
That's wild.
So that was a cool dynamic. They stopped doing that, but I was really blessed to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so I had this band teacher who was like, so and the other thing, like when you mix up those two bands, you know, like the Classen kids, the Northeast kids, I mean, there was like game bangers on the drum line. I mean, it was all of that.
That's crazy.
All like mixed in with each other.
Yeah.
And
y'all had to learn the same songs and everything, right?
And
routines and all that.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
And he was, I mean, stellar. So so like discipline wise, like skill wise.
I mean, being in you said the Army and
Marine
and being a civil rights out,
he was all about perfection. So we played military style on the field, and then we have fun in the stands.
That's dope.
But I say all that to say, I got in trouble one day. My early time in the thing, I was talking, being silly, class clown stuff. He ain't play that
stuff.
Yeah, I'm new.
Yeah,
he named me Chippendale. So he called me that
in front of everybody,
and then it was like, "We gonna call you Chippendale," but like it was just kind of like
in front of everybody.
I know you ain't interrupting me over there looking like a little chipmunk, right? Yeah. And then the drum captains, they like, we gonna call you Chippendale, and it was done.
Did you take that with pride, or were you just still kind of insecure about it?
When they first said it, I'm just like, yo, like grow up. But I'm not the one to tell people to grow up, right? So it's just like you just gotta, you know.
That's hilarious.
You want to be a clown, like you live by it, die by it. So you have to be. You got to have thicker skin,
right?
If you're the one that's like typically trolling people and stuff, then you have to be able to handle it,
of course.
And so it became an endearing thing over time.
That's amazing.
But initially, I mean,
I didn't know that you were insecure about that.
I'm not now.
Well, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I've had the means to get it fixed.
Of course.
But I like the uniqueness of my grill. Yeah.
It's like J. Cole always talking about crooked smile, like, but
hey man,
you know, why get it fixed when you're already a millionaire, you know?
It's me, man.
Yeah. That's dope.
What? For what?
So you started there, okay, Classen, and then you moved. How did you figure out that music was the way that Marcus Jackson, Cadence, Eastside Drummer Boy was gonna go? You know, to make, you know, even that whole first start of life happen.
Man, you know what? It was really the feeling of creating and producing and making music. And so once I kind of went into the lane of like music creation, you know, because band kind of just, what it did was laid the platform for music theory for me to just understand music, what I was doing. But when I started to like come up with ideas and be able to put those ideas out and make them, like in the feeling that I get from that, the fulfillment, it was like I stopped hanging out on the block because I'm sitting in my bedroom on this keyboard. That's like dope. Just on that joint for hours.
Right. What was it? What was it? Was it like an analog board or what was the?
Yeah. So
what were you using?
Back in my day, you know,
it wasn't like this.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Right.
We had the so you had like the Yamahas, the Kurzweil joints, the Rolands.
How many channels came on it?
Well, depending on the board. So the main joint I was using when I first started producing like and taking it serious, it was a DJX. It was a Yamaha board. Yeah. It was like a hip hop board. So it had like scratches in it. Like the drums were fire on that joint. I ain't gonna hold you. The drums were fire.
Where'd you get this?
So one of the guys in the group that I ran into, I ended up joining, you know, later, but called Exodus. We were about to get into that. They had that joint.
Oh, okay.
And
they knew that you already produced?
They found out. Okay. You know, so when I showed up on the scene, I was working at Wendy's at the time.
Of course.
I was already
it's a fireplace
making beats on XP80, on the K2000 with my homeboys like Adam and
that's
Lanier.
the analog.
Yeah. Okay. You know Adam L?
Yeah,
Adam Ledbetter.
Yeah.
So I came up with Adam. Yeah. So we sit on his back porch for hours just writing and producing tracks. And like we were 14, 15 at the time, doing that stuff, writing songs.
I didn't know y'all were that close. That's
bro.
dope.
We play on soccer team together.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were they called? The Chippendales?
I don't know what our team was called.
You don't know your team?
I sucked. If they're screaming because I'm playing, it's because I'm kicking in the wrong goal. I was
kicking it on the wrong goal.
Adam was a phenomenal soccer player.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
me, I was the opposite of him.
Yeah.
So like when he got the ball, everybody's like, "Woo!" When I got the ball, they're like, "Whoa,
slow down!"
No, it like I definitely had a couple offenses of kicking into the wrong goal.
Okay. Well, hey, soccer's not everybody's sport.
Easier.
Of course. It was closest.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
The other one's all the way at the other one. Yeah.
I never score.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So 14, you and Adam were just kicking it, writing, and then making beats, yeah?
Yeah, and honestly, bro, like, what I can honestly say is that, you know, when you have, like, the time and space to, like, explore your gifts and abilities, it can create like a different type of confidence in those things. So like,
definitely,
by the time I met the other guys, you know, I'm working Wendy's. I'm like teenage, you know, just
how'd you get introduced to Exodus?
My sister.
Okay.
So one of the members was like my play cousin growing up. So like
play cousin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Isaac was like somebody
like not really your cousin, but we
grew up believing we were.
Gotcha.
You know, the older we got, we kept saying like how.
Right.
And it's still a mystery. I mean, it's up in the air.
It could be actually a thing.
Yeah, we could really be cousins. I mean, the more we talk about it, it's like, well, you know, your aunt did, dude. And it's just like, I don't know anymore.
Start putting it together.
I don't know. At first, the storyline was that our grandmothers all like lived together.
Really?
And so
was that actually a thing?
Yeah, like they all were. Whoa. So his grandmothers are twins.
Oh,
his aunt and his grandmother, they were twins.
So then
and then my grandmother, it's 3 grandmas.
Oh,
they wasn't grandmas at the time.
Of course, of course.
3 grannies. That's gonna be that's a sitcom.
That is a sitcom.
No,
3 grannies.
But so all of their children grew up together.
Okay.
It was like tight like this, and so you know, growing up, you got your stories, but they fought together, they ate together, they did. Of course. And so all of our children like
seem like family.
That's pretty much your cousin. But
right.
I wonder, like, sometimes we talk, they're like, yeah, call your cousin. And I'm like, you're saying that so confidently that I feel like you believe that that's my real cousin.
Yeah.
So I'd like to explore that, right? But the exploration always hit a dead end. So we knew him.
Okay.
But my sister was like, she dabbled in like rapping and stuff too.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So there's this rap group there. And so, yeah, she was really good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I hadn't even done any produce for her yet at this time because I hadn't really put it out there that like that's what I was really on. Like, like I'm
that guy.
Yeah, I leave for school. I get off the school bus and ditch and go to the studio. I wouldn't go to school.
That's what's up.
But that's low key. You know what I'm saying? Nobody know what I'm really doing.
Yeah.
And then the school had all these crazy gear up there too. We break into the piano room to use those keyboards if we had to.
That's what's up. Okay.
It was that serious. So
that's dope.
But she didn't know that. So we go to this house on the east side. It's like 5-6 dudes in there. They rapping. I didn't really like the beats they were rapping to. So it just finally I had to ask. It's like, yo, like, and I got on Wendy's outfit. So I'm literally Calvin got a job, you know, man, energy.
That's like Ye coming in and then like I'll make you some beats.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where I'm like
in a cardigan and
where y'all
polo.
Yeah, where y'all get these beats from?
Right,
you know, just curious. You know, like, oh well, this he make them. And I was like, oh, okay.
And you don't want to be that guy that's just like
trash. Stop it.
Right.
So
maybe you could find something else to do with your life.
Yeah, please.
Please.
And it wasn't, I mean, he had like an understanding of the equipment.
Right.
But it was just like, I was like, man, this could be better. And so I was like, what do you know, they showed me they was using, because the board was in there. They were doing it off the board. So I was like, let me look. And I like figured it out pretty quick. Like, oh, okay, it's just this. And so I was like, do that again. And so now I'm having this like hustle and flow moment where right. You know, and I'm like, sing that part. I'm like, you know, you know, they're like, oh, snap.
That's dope.
Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Who are you? Wendy's.
Like, yeah.
That's dope.
And so, Wendy's, baby.
Wendy's, baby.
You get a double stack. It's.
What did you do for Wendy's?
I used to steal spicy chickens.
I'm not
and eat
saying
them in the,
what
and
you
eat them
did
in the,
there. I'm saying, what did you do for work?
I used to steal spicy chickens and eat them in the
They
freezer.
paid you to do that?
Yeah.
What did you do? Were you drive through? Were you grill? What did you do?
I was pretty proficient in all of them, but my sweet spot was sandwiches because I like the challenge. Like
just flapping everything together?
Yeah, because I mean
it's like building a beat.
Bro, anywhere you go where there's 99-cent sandwiches, someone's gonna order 15.
Of course.
Like it's like 15 Junior Bacons, and I'm just like, say less. You know,
buns.
Yeah, I used to go crazy, bro. They'd be like, "You're getting it, boy." Yeah, I was pretty dependable on sandwiches. Like that was my sweet spot because, you know, and contrary to what we deal with in fast food,
you talking like you still work
the general.
there.
No, not as workers.
He said we
as patrons.
We as community
in the community of fast food patrons.
Right.
What we deal with,
contrary
to belief, it's actually really easy work.
For sure.
But it feels like you're dealing with someone who is having a very difficult time understanding what to do.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And so I was pretty good at Wendy's. I mean, because it's just like follow instruction. And I was in band with a Marine. So it's just like, do this. Okay, I'll just do what they ask. So somebody say no mustard, like, don't put mustard on it. Duh.
Exactly. Listen,
pay attention, bro.
Listen.
It's all right there. You don't even have to think.
Exactly.
Fast food's a job. You don't have to think. You don't have to have any critical thinking.
Sometimes you got to think ahead.
Just do
like steps ahead. No.
You don't, because everything you need to do is like posted on the wall.
That's
like,
true.
They have
you just read and follow directions.
Cutting lettuce. There's a piece of paper on the wall that's just like, hold it like this, pull the piece out, cut 4 ways, take the white parts off.
Right.
Lettuce. But somehow I go to a burger place, and I'm eating the hardest, whitest part of the lettuce. And I'm like, I know they told you on that piece of paper on that wall to take that part out.
I worked for City Bites, and that was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
And so like they have this master grill, bro. I loved it. And it was like I played the drums too, so it's like I just in there just.
Oh yeah, with the
body upper body's not even moving. Just put headphones in, just going nuts. You know.
Oh man,
the bread, butter, and anyway.
I like drive-through though.
You like what?
I liked working drive-through.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you get to just talk to a lot of people. I used to Mac to girls, all of that stuff.
Of course,
like,
get the tips.
Hanging out the window. What up? You want a Sprite?
you talking to that one old lady that come in every day? Yeah, you know her order like the back of your hand. Yeah,
we had ours was at a truck stop. So, yeah, it was
the Wendy's.
It was a truck stop joint. So it was like Pilot Wendy's.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. It was wild because
I bet you got some crazy people coming in.
Stuff happening.
Have you ever heard of lot lizards?
That's what I was pretty much leading towards.
Sorry, I didn't.
And they come in, and she's like, "I need a burger." It's been a long night. That joint was 24 hours, bro. We working weekend, bro. You got 2 a.m. I want a burger. I'm like, man, you got to give me some money. I'm not giving up this money. I just made it. Just give me a sandwich, man.
Sweaty dollar bills.
It used to be. It was a wild time. It was. I used to work with this dude.
You said it was a wild time. Where was this?
This was off
40?
On the east side, bro.
By the Waffle House?
Exactly. It was right there, next door to Waffle House. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you know what time
bro.
it is.
Yeah.
When you see a Waffle House and then a Pilot, bro, it was real in the field, man.
Bro.
It was real.
And most of those people like worked part-time at the Waffle House probably.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they get off, they go right back to work.
They go right back to work. It's hard living.
You said it was rough times.
It was rough times, man.
That's
it was
funny.
a crazy. Like, so, I mean, I do have flashbacks to that, but it was actually like, I learned a lot, you know, in my journey of like doing music, you know, I learned one thing about customer service.
I like how you turned it.
I did though.
We
like,
started talking about lot lizard, and then he was like, "You know my journey of music." Bro, that's funny.
I naturally do, but not like it. Really is one of those things where I'm like learning how to deal with customers and deal with difficult people, happy people, sad people. I mean, because you get every type of person come in and they need things, and it's like that one interaction could push somebody over the edge.
Facts. Yeah, definitely.
Give you an example. One day I'm working front counter and I trust myself on sandwiches. I did not trust other people on sandwiches. They did not care.
Of course.
It was like, no lettuce. That joint got 2 pieces of lettuce. Like, it's just like, what is wrong? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I would always I'd have like a heightened anxiety working front counter because it's in person, face to face. So if they mess up, they coming to me. Like, I told you, no ketchup. So
of course,
this trucker comes in.
You got to handle other people's problems.
Yeah. I'm the guy. I'm the face.
Right.
Everybody else there in the back.
Right.
So this trucker comes in, big cowboy hat, rattlesnake belt, boots. Dude was like 6'6", bro.
You heard him coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come in, cling, cling, cling. Here's key, truck key. He came over. He talked just like that. He said, "I want a big bacon classic, no mustard."
No mustard.
I said, "All right."
He spit to the side.
It's a button.
Ding.
Big bacon classic, no mustard. Send it through. Pay for the stuff.
You're sweating while you send it through,
bro. Because I'm thinking in my head, bro.
They
please
better get this thing right.
I yell it back like this. Big bacon classic, no mustard. We don't even do that. That ain't even how you serve in fast food. But I'm so like anxious about the interaction.
I bet your voice cracked as a kid too. No mustard.
My voice. I'm still going through puberty. Still
now.
Yeah, it's still coming.
That's
my
why
voice
have
still
the baby
crack.
face.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like 45 I'll get my.
What's that song? Beast Mode. Is it Beast Mode?
My flow being rare like my chin hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Rare,
rare,
very
like
rare hair. So
you yell, no mustard.
Do you Big Bang class, no mustard coming back. Looking like, why are you just put it in the computer.
Right.
Bag it up.
Yeah.
Get a man stuff. He goes, sits down. Real slow. I mean, this dude, he's intense, bro.
He's one of the big ones.
Yeah, he's holding the burger like this.
Big old boy.
Looking to it. I
like
see him stand back up.
Like
he's walking. Romantic. Yeah. It's serious stuff. Like, he starts walking.
There's nothing to stop here. Check if the device is on your home.
So he gets up. He starts walking back to the counter.
Yeah.
He's looking dead in my eye, bro.
There's mustard on it, huh?
Bro, he has the burger in his hand, and he drags it across the counter, and he was like, "There's your mustard." And I'm just like, well, and so the manager, they're in the two-way, they got the two-way mirror.
Clean it up.
They're watching this joker drag a burger across the counter. They just sitting, I'm like, I'm a kid, bro.
Right.
Come out the office and talk to this
Show
guy.
your face.
Yeah, they're in the two-way
of the
mirror.
one who put it on here.
I could see the silhouette of the general manager, like, watching. Like, I'm like, I'm looking at the window. It's a two-way mirror. I'm just like, what y'all want me to do about this? I was like, do you want another one? And he just walks out. Like, he's pissed, bro.
Were you nervous when you said, do you want another one, or were you pretty confident?
I was pretty confident that we were going to probably fight.
You and him?
Yeah.
Why would he fight a kid?
Because why would he drag a burger across a counter instead of saying, hey, I said no mustard. Can y'all do that again? That's what the average person does.
I always think about a trucker's job, though. They probably have no physical, like, one-on-one communication with a human being, right?
That's true, but here's the other thing.
So if he's pissed,
these guys some of them are like super sleep deprived,
right? Tired, exactly.
Coming off the truck, like if he's coming off a 12-hour, 18-hour joint,
they just want no mustard.
He just like, I just need a burger and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Right.
Messed up my burger. I don't have any patience. I don't even want to deal with it.
So he didn't even get anything.
He just left, bro. He walked out.
That's how serious it is.
I got in an argument between the boss and the sandwich person because I'm like, I shouldn't have to clean that up. I'm just throwing it out there because look, and I'm like pushing the screen like, look, I put it on there. You need to clean that up. They're like, well, if you work the front, But I
What?
said, if you work front,
You have to
wipe
handle
off
that.
and to clean the lobby. So I'm like, man, it's some bull.
That's not even in the job description of if somebody wipes.
What if
mustard.
someone wipes some mustard?
There wasn't a picture description.
All right, so here's the awkward part about it.
Okay.
The awkward part is me. I'm a stubborn teenager, so I'm
course.
like, I'm not wiping up that burger because I didn't do that.
Right.
That's not my problem.
Right.
A lot of people develops, and I'm just taking people orders.
With the mustard.
The burger's there too, so you just got like
Oh my gosh.
a strand
hilarious.
of mustard and ketchup going across the counter, and then you got
While
like
people are still wanting food.
you got the patties just sitting there, and I'm just like, yeah. So what? Oh, number 6. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Like
all right, that'll
nothing
be
happened.
boom. And I'm just like, I'm not doing it.
They're looking at that like, I don't want that.
Right. What happened here? Like, and they're like, people just carry it on.
That's what's
like,
up.
There's mustard on the counter.
That's dedication. I still want my Wendy's regardless of this mustard mess.
Here's the deal.
That's amazing.
I'm here. I came inside.
Right.
I didn't expect to see mustard on the counter.
Of course.
But I'm still hungry.
I feel like every kid needs to at least work a service job
I believe
one time
that.
in their life.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Because the soft skills you learn, if you're teachable,
Yeah.
you can utilize in anything you do next.
Facts.
And so that's really what I'm really saying is that I had to deal with things that I typically, if I wasn't working in that field,
Right.
I wouldn't have been prepared. And so between a very strict band teacher, working fast food for a long period of time, because I worked it all the way through, I think I worked at Wendy's, so I was 19.
Really?
Yeah. So
Dang.
it was on and off. So like I quit and then I like called back like, I'm sorry. You know,
It's like
I
one of
come
those
back.
relationships.
And since it's a 24-hour truck stop, they were like really forgiving.
Right.
The turnover was
We
like
just
super
really
high.
need help,
They're like,
okay.
Marcus coming back. They'd be like,
Marcus.
sandwiches. I'm like, I got you. Yeah.
Every
So
time.
yeah, that was a so when I came over to like this idea of like making music for other people,
Yeah.
I brought that into that world where it's just like this person is essentially a customer. What do you need? Like, talk to me about that. And
Yeah.
that was a soft skill I learned. It's like if I'm gonna sell you a beat or
Right.
create something for you, I need to hear and listen, to what you're saying.
Right.
And so,
Because you're initially telling a story through the beat
yeah,
without even lyrics involved.
yeah. Well,
right?
think about it. So, and you've written many songs yourself, so sometimes it's like, man, I got something I want to say. I want the beat to be like something that motivates people, get people excited. I want energy, whatever. So there's a story before you even get the beat.
Definitely.
Even if you're getting the beat off YouTube, go type in sad emotional beat on YouTube.
Long list.
If
of stuff.
you see how many views them joints got, hundreds of millions
Yeah.
of views on these videos,
Yeah.
because someone's like, I want to make something. I'm gonna talk from the heart on this one.
Right.
I'm about to write the song of my life. Sad emotional beat
Brick
on
chorus.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Pull up the playlist. They just
Facts.
start playing. When I was a kid, we didn't have a fridge.
Right,
You know,
right.
and it's just like people look. They know what they're looking at.
Facts.
Energy.
Facts.
That's also how like
Some people even just listen to him.
Yeah.
Just listening to beats.
Man, just listen to
Bro,
a sad beat.
I love listening to beats.
Did you do the sad emotional?
I mean, not all the time. A day like today, maybe.
Little Rainy, sad emotional beat.
Go ahead, play it. Yeah. That's the thing though. It's definitely a real thing, especially as an artist or as somebody that's just trying to set a mood, or even if because me and Stu, like whenever we're making videos and stuff, you even have to think of what kind of beat that you want to fit the vibe of the video.
Because
Because legit, like the beat is the foundation for your song, your video, anything to set the tone of what you're trying to convey.
you know
Why
what?
do you think of it, like even movies?
Movies,
Bro,
movie
they've got
scores are my
beats.
favorite. So that's one of the things I'll sit and listen to is
Yeah.
movie scores.
Yeah,
Like one of my favorites, the Black Panther score is crazy.
nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was on one, bro. He was cross country. I mean, he was international.
Is that the one? I mean, they got Top Dog and all that on
Well,
there, right?
well, that was the soundtrack.
Oh, soundtrack.
but
my
the
bad,
score
Yeah. I haven't sat down and listened to it.
is
Is it
good.
fire?
You know where you at. Like you can listen to the score and
I'm
you
in
like
Wakanda for sure.
this is
That's fire.
But you can hear like the scene. So like the waterfall scene, Like I can hear it and I can picture the escalation in that scene where it's like, this is your king, you know, and it's just like the music. It's just the music, no words at all, and it's just like I know what happened right there.
The water droplets
and then
is like, drizzling off of Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
I mean, that's an interesting way to take it.
I don't know how to.
I mean, I don't really think
else describe it.
I mean, he got threw over the waterfall to his death. Well, no, wait, no, he survived.
Oh yeah.
Man, I didn't think about the water dripping on his body and what the music meant to that.
What else would you be thinking about?
Well, I was thinking about the fight exclusively.
Anyway, so you did music, huh?
Yeah, I did.
That's how it always works. Man.
Well,
I told you my favorite part of the movie.
see, and I mean, so I know you. I mean, Creed is like at top of your list. That Joker was drip. Is that the noise?
That was the punches.
Sounds like little nipple sucklets. Is what I heard.
How else do you want to describe my punches?
Honey, Jordan's watching Creed again.
It's like his stepbrother's wife. So sweaty. I just got done watching Cops.
We're watching Creed, man.
I've been watching Creed.
It's intense.
And then right after this one, I'm about to watch Creed 2.
Yes. We got the whole...
Bro, love that movie, by the way. So
phenomenal.
Fire.
Very phenomenal. That was another one. So the movie score on Creed is incredible.
Nasty.
It's incredible. And so like that was one of the ones where it's
but
like
it puts you in the mood.
It puts you right in the mood.
Exactly.
So I feel like the experiment would be you take one of the funniest videos that you have of yourself doing something and put a sad emotional beat behind it.
Right.
While you're telling us.
Definitely. There's a reel about that because they've got an emotional track.
Yes, they do.
It says use this on the latest video that you have on your phone. And then you're just like running into a wall or something.
Well, that's also I'm stealing a piece
funny.
of garbage. Hey there. I'm stealing a piece of garbage.
That's the funny those type of moments. Even we were moving a cart and like Stuart, like he didn't help at all. He just got his phone. He saw me struggling, my leg going right, and I'm just like, anyway, I see him. All I see him doing is this. Right?
So he just watching you.
Of course, and then literally we like everything falls off the cart.
Yeah,
and he's just still over here like, hey, but we got a good video. Anyway, we put the whole somebody wants to, that soundtrack is so funny. It makes moments so much funnier when you have the right type of audio.
right music. Yeah, the right audio, which I think honestly speaks to like the exponential growth and like influence of like TikTok and Reels.
Right.
And things like that. It's like they're taking a sound and it's like what you see. And then other people start using the sound.
Yep.
Which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But sad emotional beat is basically what the baseline of all sounds.
Definitely. And you've done some audio and not audio. You've done some productions for some amazing people.
Yeah.
So I would like to. I mean, you go ahead and list them all. I mean, you've done what, Lecrae?
I've worked with Lecrae. I think Lecrae, Lecrae was probably the, as far as in the genre of like Christian hip hop, the most prominent artist I've worked with.
Yeah.
Stuff. And so I was able to get some award nominations.
And that was a pretty pivotal song for him, right?
Yeah.
That he used it. Well, which
that
one?
was,
What was the
that
song
was,
again?
Go Hard.
Go Hard.
Was the first song I did for him. Yeah. I did two for him though. So I did Go Hard and I did one on the next project called More.
Okay.
But the Go Hard joint, that project, Rebel, was like the emergence of like Lecrae going into that next, where people was like, yo, that new Lecrae album is great. And so
it's fire,
it was so dope being a part of that,
yeah.
Because it was like, I'd argue that from the Rebel project forward, he pretty much like
took off.
Yeah, he took off from that point. And so a lot of people were like really shocked that somebody from Oklahoma was involved. But like Cam was singing "Don't Waste Your Life."
I was about to say,
Yeah, that was kind of the crazy thing. We ran into Lecrae. We done shows with Lecrae. We've exchanged CDs with Lecrae. When me and him finally talked, he's like, I was with Cam, and Cam was playing me a song, and he said, you produced it. And then he told me that you had been producing stuff for Exodus. And he was like, we did a show, y'all gave us a CD, and we were like, these beats are crazy.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really put,
Two and two together.
Yeah, and we didn't put production credits, and stuff. And so he really didn't know who did it. Which producers up and coming,
make sure.
Hear me out. Put your credits on there, because if you're doing something that's unique or dope or whatever, people want to know, like, okay, where'd the beat come from, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, I feel like it's becoming more appreciative of like the production side of stuff.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I think
producers are famous.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
If it say Metro Boom, and then it's just like, if Metro don't trust you, don't shoot you, you like, it's about to be a banger.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's where I feel like they started taking the pride in. They added those tags on. So I think like, and what's your tag right now?
Airtight.
Oh yeah, Airtight Production. Yes.
Should I change it? Like something Eastside drummer. Eastside drummer.
That sounds like one of those 80-year-old men that can't get up a step, and he's just like stuttering, trying to Eastside drummer. Golly, I can't get off this recliner right now, but Eastside drummer.
Oh yeah, this is Eastside drummer.
But the tag is what's gonna throw it off. It's just like those beats.
Hey, there was a dude I used to listen to. He say his beat tag was this girl. She'd go, "Ooh, baby, this is such beat," and I'm like, "Yo, like you gotta keep that on there if I buy this." It's so awkward every time.
What?
When you're going through his beat page every time,
girl saying, "Oh, baby,
ooh, baby, this is the Zen beat." I was like, what the world, bro? Can you do another one? For my stuff, at least. I want to give you credit, but the chick at the beginning, it's like...
It's really throwing off my hard lyrics that I'm putting on here.
That's right, daddy. Make that beat. How much for that one? I'll take 4.
Doesn't even make a song out of it. He just wants to listen to it.
Just upload them
exclusively. Oh my god,
it's insane.
That's hilarious.
Beat tags are important, but they can be they can be overwhelming.
Yeah. Would you want to be an East Side Drama tag, or you keeping the Airtight?
I've thought about it, but I feel like the Airtight is like my
go-to.
Yeah, and it's I mean, most people don't even know what it means.
I didn't know what it means either. I thought it was you. It was 2 of you, right?
Me and Halo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me and Halo. Halo's still cold.
Yeah.
Beats. He's still doing stuff. Yeah.
But what does Airtight come from?
Airtight, man. Like when something's airtight, it's perfect. It's in a perfected form. So like if you put something in, you take all the air out of it, it's fresh. So like you think about airtight Ziploc with food, you know what I'm saying? If it's airtight, it's gonna stay fresh. And that's the thing. Is like, the most clean, fresh thing.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Airtight,
I like that.
Yeah.
Airtight. Is that was
my
that
son.
you? Oh, that's your son saying that.
I know I ain't got that much bass in my voice, but
no, I didn't know if somebody took it and like changed the audio on it.
So that was my son. I didn't alter I didn't alter
all
the
way
pitch
up.
at all. That was him when he was like 4 or 5 years old.
That's precious.
Yeah, so he's
Airtight.
He was probably 3.
So you didn't change it at all. He's literally just saying airtight.
Airtight, just like
That's
that.
dope.
And then I just chopped it up, put an echo on it. Wait. I can't do it right now. It's water.
Because you've grown up.
I noticed there wasn't any water
bass in the
when I got here, and
that's what
did
you
concern
noticed.
me. Yeah, and I just don't know. Like I don't know.
We'll
how
get
often.
there.
Is this your first one?
Episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, typically when you have guests, you want to have water for them.
Excellent. So, Taylor. Amazon shut.
Amazon. Okay, cool.
DoorDash it here, bro.
DoorDash.
Hurry up. Golly.
DoorDash. They're like
Walmart Plus.
I can't promote.
they're like
this
Jimmy has
studio.
your order. He has 2 stops on his way. You're like, well, my water's
We in before you get done.
Hey, bro, your water's here. Can you come back?
We can't use this.
I'm just kidding.
So, well, I mean, if we get it now, we'll have to.
I mean, if I get water,
You'll be happy,
I'm down.
right?
But I was just joking.
Well, anyways,
But I couldn't do my airtight
of course,
because I didn't have like the lubrication I needed. Yeah.
we'll get the lubrication you need. Yep, we're good. All right, it's on its way. But
Your
the
dasher is on his way.
you're just like, okay, I've heard like even some of your projects, you've done some amazing projects even with JB
Yeah.
and like the full length album.
Yeah.
Is it like is a vibe because of, I mean, obviously lyrics are dope and concept and everything, but like the production side of it, bro,
Yeah.
it's just fire.
Man,
and you
thank
do
you.
have like a like if you let you have the I don't know if he gave you like creative freedom of
Yeah.
doing stuff or whatever, but like I remember going into the studio and you were still doing some, I can't remember what song it was, but yeah, y'all both were working on it. It's just dope 'cause I could tell that y'all have been friends for a while, and then you just vibe really well with each other.
Yeah.
And so does that play an effect whenever you're in the studio with somebody that's like you've known for a while, and then somebody? Have you ever had just a trash client just come in and be like screaming in the microphone and like
Oh man,
being
You know,
ridiculous?
in hip hop, you're gonna run into some very interesting
Interesting
characters.
characters.
Yeah. Oh, ooh,
My man.
ooh, jinx.
What was that extra pound for?
You got to hit.
with the
When
other
you
hand?
jinx, you hit the person that jinx.
I thought it was like a pinch poke.
Well,
Type.
I'm not pinching you, bro.
It's fine.
I'm not Michael B. Jordan, bro. I'm not.
It is raining outside. Do you want to go
take my shirt off?
interact?
It's not gonna look. It's not gonna be called Creed. It's gonna be called Feed, because that's all you gonna see is his gut out there with that water.
Nom with the
Waiting on
Wendy's
my
burger.
dasher, and you go hear that. Play this sound with your most recent video. It's gonna be sad, emotional music. Jinx. Knock on wood.
We'll have to put like emojis over your nipples.
My nipples are pretty unoffensive. Yeah,
There's nipples out there that are offensive
I think so.
if they're too big or something.
Yeah, if the areolas are really big and if they have like hair in them, I think that people don't really necessarily want to see that, because I mean
Right.
that qualifies as pubic hair.
That's true.
Yeah,
Golly, that's
So,
true.
I was always told, you're never supposed to see pubic hair.
Of
Publicly,
course.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So what about if it's on your chest hair? Then is that the same thing?
I don't know, man.
What about beard hair?
I ain't got none.
I guess
so I
we're
can't relate.
inappropriate right now.
I guess so.
Is out and about being dirty.
Yeah, I got a Brazilian wax. Who watches this?
Can I
What's
get
the
a-
crowd?
can I
'Cause and we gonna get
It don't matter now.
yeah. We
See that? It's recording.
We 45 minutes in. Dang it.
That means it don't matter.
Well, in
I love it. I
in
like it.
podcast time, we're probably like 6 minutes in.
Right,
We're gonna
right.
Cut
Yeah,
everything
these
out.
3-hour long podcasts
Yeah.
are ridiculous.
Yeah, 3 hours.
I just feel bad
equals
for
like
Taylor that's
15.
got to rewatch it to find like good stuff, and he's like, nah, "We probably just need to redo this episode."
Remember that jerk was asking for water? We're gonna just show
And
that
I
part.
didn't have it.
We're just gonna put that on loop. Just like, this dude's a monster.
Yeah, can I get some water? That was the first thing I noticed when I walked in here. I was talking about a service job,
Yeah.
so maybe y'all can serve a little better. That'd be good. But for real, man, you legit have made some amazing things, okay? And then speaking of making stuff, for one, we walked through your whole life pretty much in a cool way, very all over the place, but we did it. So from Wendy's to being on the drum line to finding out production, all that stuff, jumping into a rap group, all that kind of thing, producing for some amazing people,
Yeah.
Lecrae, JB, all these people and everything. And then now, bro,
Yeah.
we're going to get to the thing that I think is super, super dope, okay?
Yeah.
And I've learned from you, been like far steps behind, but still learning.
Bro,
but you
there.
have an amazing nonprofit, bro.
Yeah.
Called the Urban Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
On the east side of Oklahoma City, Martin Luther King, 23rd area, you know, and the blue building, you will not miss it.
You won't miss it.
If you are driving down Martin Luther King, you will not miss the Urban Bridge. Bro, tell us why you created the Urban Bridge.
Yeah. So.
And what it does.
Basically, so the whole inception of it was really based off of my experiences working with young people, but also being a young person from that area. So I grew up Northeast Oklahoma City. I was able to explore and be exposed to like different things, like music and what I could do with that, and have the space to cultivate that.
Need water?
I do need that water.
Sorry.
So, let's wait on that. Wait on that water. But
you're thinking in your mind, he's still sitting there. He's not going to get water.
My dasher has one more stop.
I'm just playing.
So,
sorry.
No, but seriously, like, me having something that I was confident in, that I felt good at, being able to do it on a regular basis and stick with it, that honestly gave me another way. You know, it occupied my time. So like before I really started messing around with music, you know, we get out of school. My mom worked doubles some nights and different things like that, or just work late. You know what I'm saying? And we just be in the neighborhood,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like the neighborhood I was in, like there's a lot going on, like gangs, drugs, violence, like, you know, street fights, stuff, but it was regular, so it wasn't like I was like, oh, this is a rough neighborhood. Like it's just my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't like.
It's a rough day. I'm gonna stay inside.
Yeah, it's like I didn't realize I lived in a bad neighborhood. I just thought that because when you're a kid,
regular day thing.
You don't know other neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I didn't live in anybody else's, so to me, this is just the neighborhood.
Yeah,
and a lot of guys were on different paths, you know. And a part of that, I believe, was just because of the lack of direction, the lack of mentors, the lack of self-worth, our self-value, our knowing that, hey, all of us were created to serve different purposes in the world, but it's our job to get out there and figure out what that is. Yeah. And so for me, like, I had people that recognized my affinity for music, that recognized that I had different giftings to create things, and it started with drums, and then I started to play keys some and different things, but I wanted to produce. And through producing, all these opportunities started to arise because I'm producing from the context of where I come from. So I'm not trying to make stuff like other people. Yeah. Like, we didn't mention this, but a lot of the music that I've produced in the music world that I've lived in has always been from a gospel music, gospel rap. Yeah. So when people say, "Oh, you do gospel," do you play so they don't sound gospel? You know, that sounds like dark. That sounds heavy. That sound, and it's like, well, it's not for you. You know, so if you want to hear Kirk, like go listen to Kirk, right?
Whoop,
but
whoop.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop. Kirk is that guy though, but at the same time, you know, I wanted to make music that my hood could relate to, and that when they play it, they like, nah, this sounds like this sounds like us. Yeah. You know, and so that was really one of my major focuses, was that I created music that was true to me and true to my upbringing. And so that was where kind of like that street vibe came from. I'm fast forwarding to now. Yeah. What I've realized, you know, and I worked with Youth for Christ for 12 years. Yeah. Working on school campuses, mentorship. I've been a youth pastor at 3 different churches, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's man. Crazy. Yeah, it's been, so the ministry world brought into this other element, you know, that led me down this path to build the bridge. Yeah. And part of that was the understanding that, like, most young people, they need to be exposed to things so that they can explore those things, and then they'll find what their thing is. Yeah. And then that thing, you know, that'll keep them out of trouble. Yeah. Because if they have a space, like once I had a space to like work on music myself, bro, like I don't want to go outside.
Yeah,
I'm working on music. So my homeboy, like on Friday when Smokey knocking on the window.
Yeah,
yo, my window was on the street, facing the street. So my homeboy's knocking on the window. I let my window, what up, fool? Like, what we getting into today? You know, and I'm like, oh man, I'm just making beats. I'm playing beats out the window. They freestyling, sitting in my front yard in the window, you know, and it was just like I just didn't have a desire to run around the neighborhood like I did. And I believe that was one of the things that saved my life.
Definitely. Was,
you know, I was always thankful to God for that. Not necessarily because I could do it, but because of the people he put around me to give me the tools to be able to do it freely.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think there's a lot of cats who can do a lot of different, they have a lot of different abilities, skills, and things they haven't discovered yet. But even for the ones when you discover them, you still got to figure out, when can I do it? Mm-hmm. So that was my pathway.
Yeah.
Urban Bridge is about creating pathways, holistic pathways for all people as individuals.
Yeah.
So I don't look at kids as like, hey, that's a pack of kids. Let's all teach them tech. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, that's a pack of individuals. Let's find out what they're individually inclined to. Yeah. And let's help develop and put the tools in their hands so that they can have something that they can be able to build confidence in. Yeah. Back when I was 14, 15, I wouldn't even play my music for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, Adam was probably Adam and Lanier, you know, my two best friends at the time. Yeah. They were the only ones that would hear anything I make. Right. But I wouldn't like go out with it because I wasn't confident. I didn't feel like I was. But the more time I spent with it, the more I had people say, oh man, that's dope. Like, boom, okay, you may want to turn this up and do this. And I began to develop that craft. Yeah. Then next thing you know, we're performing at the high school talent show. You know what I'm saying? And so there's this element of like cultivation that young people need for anything that we want to see them thrive in.
They need a freedom to feel creative, you know? Yeah. And I feel like most of that is stripped away from, it's stripped away from kids whenever there's a DoorDash.
My brother.
Bro.
Thank you. Oh, these are water infused.
What are they?
With strawberry and lemon.
Are we doing taste testing now?
Bro, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Hold on, you gotta get this.
It's the ASMR stuff.
Okay. All right.
That's all. Yeah. All right, I'm good. After that one sip.
That's it. All right,
that's all I need. You know what?
Away from me.
Take this away. Oh my
God. Get this out of my presence. I'm done with it.
What is this?
This is nice.
Water
Thank you.
infused with peach and raspberry incense.
Thanks, Taylor.
Is it essence?
Essence.
It's
the essence of it, which is really crazy,
should
right?
We put that on the TV, so it's like.
Here's the thing: when you say it's the essence of strawberry and lemon, what the heck does that mean?
It means
bro?
It's not really it.
But how? Right?
It's saying it without saying it.
I'm looking at the ingredients, and it says purified water and natural flavors, but it never explains the essence part.
I always thought as a kid, if it has 0 on everything, that means that there's nothing in it. But how does it get all of that stuff in here with it being nothing in there?
It's GNWY.
Bro, you coming in just spraying every equipment in here. Just sprinkling. I don't got it. I hate it.
Contains no juice.
No juice. Nothing. Nothing's in there.
Y'all too scared to get loose. You ain't got no juice.
Oh.
I got a few gallons.
Bro, every time, let me tell you, the times that I went traveling with you and you do freestyle stuff or like pickpocketing and stuff from the crowd, bro, it's so funny. You just be getting some people. It's dope.
It's a good time, man. It's fun. And it's like, I came up in an era where like the freestyling was like part of the craft. People. Yeah, like we, like you watch battles now and dudes like craft. It's actually, it seems harder, honestly. But
Yeah,
like
definitely.
they have to craft rounds against their opponent
and remember them.
Bro. And deal with the crowd. And I mean, it's just so many things. I like it's amazing. But but when I like first started getting into like freestyling and all of that, we watch battles on VHS
Smack
tapes, DVDs.
Smack.
Yeah, and dudes are just going off the dome,
Bro.
Like, yo, look at your shirt. You look like they're like you can see them like visually like coming up with what to say. You know?
Right.
And I mean, Freestyle Friday on used to be on 106 and Park on BET, and they battle all the time.
Yeah.
And they had like the
so
tournament.
Dope.
Bro, like, but these cats like Jen or like Blind Fury and all these guys.
You talking about people right now?
Well,
or are you talking about then? My bad.
Back then.
Okay, sorry.
Way back.
Sorry.
Back when I was just a young man.
East Side drummer.
Airtime. Let my son do it now. He's 17. His voice is deeper than mine.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He also has a little chest hair.
Really? Are you jealous of that part?
Yeah, and his chin hair is coming in.
He's got chin hair?
In a more unrare way. So he's getting...
How is that unrare?
Well, because he doesn't
so
have
it's
rare...
natural wear.
I mean, we can define what's natural. You know, I mean, we don't have to put pronouns on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's 2022.
It's 2022. What's natural for facial hair, bro? And I really feel like you maybe should look into like educate yourself.
Right. Sorry.
Get some sensitivity training.
Okay.
And understand that all people are different.
Right.
And some people have facial hair, some people don't.
Some people don't.
But that doesn't mean that they're older or younger or more masculine.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm triggered. Like, I just...
Every time you spit, I'm triggered.
I didn't tell you to get a...
We got other guests, bro.
A 8-inch table. I mean, we're like...
We can arm wrestle on this.
I mean,
thing.
that's this is not a COVID-friendly podcast studio.
I feel like since you got triggered, we're bringing up everything that we can argue about, okay? You know what? We're just gonna...
I'm just saying, it's still
out
there.
We're gonna wrap it up and... Bro, but for real, the...
All right, Urban Bridge. That's where we was at.
Yeah, your stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So one of the major things about this nonprofit is that we seek to really look at places that's underserved. So that doesn't mean like are underserved and underrepresented when it comes to resources, opportunities, and things of that nature. So when you say underserved, I believe that it brings more dignity to the community because everybody, like in the Eastside community, they're not poor. Everybody's not have parents in jail, all of that. So sometimes when you say like poverty or different things like that, that doesn't cover that's not a true representation of the community because no community is all one thing. Right. And so the best way to say it is underrepresented or underserved in certain areas to where things that should be available.
It also puts like accountability and responsibility on the city or the state, right?
Yeah, because
you got to look at the people who are underrepresented, or how do you say it? Sorry.
Underrepresented. You did good though.
Underrepresented.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'd say this. This is the best way I can say it is. No one should have more or less opportunities just because of where they live.
Facts.
Because young people don't choose where they live. Mm-hmm. And so just because I live here, then I don't know what these things are and I don't have access to them. Right. And that's not fair. Facts. Right. And so those are things that I feel like have become passions of mine because as I've been working exclusively with teenagers for the past 15 years, it's like, okay, I'm realizing some things. There are some tools that these jokers just don't have in their toolbox that they need. So it started out like working from the faith, the side of like faith and hope. We get young people who are like, man, like I have faith in the future and I want to, but they're flunking school, or they struggle with financial literacy and career preparation. Their knowledge of what careers exist and how to get to them. So like a lot of young people feel like, well, if college isn't for me, let me just go to Walmart. You know, and it's like, what about trade? Right. well, that seems hard. No. You can go there in high school.
Right.
You can graduate with a trade degree, with a trade certificate, and come out making more money than you have ever been made in your household, depending on your family
income.
Income. But and that can be legacy changing.
Definitely.
And so we really seek to impact, young people in their families. We like to play the long game. So it's like we're in the community and we're in the neighborhood. So the Bridge Impact Center is one of our sites in the neighborhood, in the Crescent Hills area.
And it is in the neighborhood, yeah.
It's right in dead smack. We don't have a bus. We don't have a van. The students walk.
That's dope.
And we get a good amount every day, but they're walking because...
It shows the need, too, whenever they show up on their own.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And our model is individualistic. So when the kids come in, their first form they fill out, they're just telling us about themselves, what they like to be better at, what they think they're good at, things like that. That's a profile that they're building for themselves. And then we sit down and we discuss that profile and say, and it's crazy how to figure out how to do it. But, what I typically want to do, I just grab one kid and just like, all right, I'm looking at you. Let's just talk through it. And it's like, so you say that you want to get better at singing? Are you good at all now? Well, my family say I'm good, but I don't know. So it sounds like that's something that needs to be cultivated.
Right.
It sounds like people believe in you in this, but you're not confident enough to say, yes, I sing. And so you're not going to pursue it, confidently if you don't know or don't feel like you've had enough experience building it to what it should be. And that's how people are with their art in general. But we're bringing that same energy to technology and coding and STEM. We're bringing that same energy. We do incentive-based programs where we have like J's for A's. For kids get 4.0, we buy them a pair of Jordans and different things like that. We have Bridge Bucks. So like everything we do throughout the week, athletics, mental health Mondays, culinary, music studio. We got to have that in there. Any of those things, content creation through our media space, just all of those things, they get paid through a currency we develop called Bridge Bucks, and then they get to buy things they want. And so if you think about a 14-year-old not old enough to work, can't get things they like all the time, it's like you can earn here, and then that will translate into real dollars to get you the real things that you want. And so,
dope.
I mean, PlayStation controllers. I mean, some of them is just simple stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want a PlayStation controller. I want a curl sponge. Dude just wanted a curl sponge so he can do his hair like that.
That's
you know what I'm
up.
saying? But it's like my family may not be able to get that for me.
Yeah.
But we'll order it for you. It's gonna cost you 30 Bridge Bucks. All right, cool. Well,
and you have to earn that by like showing up a certain amount of time.
Showing up, participating.
Yeah.
So basically everything you do in our location, like it's gonna pay.
Yeah.
Except for Xbox. That's it. So
gotcha.
Like, because they'll sit on that joint all day.
Right.
Unless we do a tournament. If we do a tournament, then the top of the bracket may
you
get
be
paid
jumping in on those?
Yeah,
it's not really for the kids then.
Well,
Mark,
it's more kids than me.
Nah.
Here's the deal. If I win, then
then you get all the Bridge Bucks.
My Bridge Bucks. Thank you. Nah, like
J's
you know what's
me?
crazy?
No,
right.
That's funny.
So I gave you some more on that one.
That's fine. I'll just open my mouth next time.
At this point,
I might as well enjoy
I'm
it.
just drooling,
bro. But I think that's huge though, because like you have an incentive that you're creating for the community that's able to show them money should not be an issue for you.
Absolutely,
and that's amazing because
money and location,
right?
Straight up.
And
like
if you're not able to get it, at least you can do it a different way and still get what you want.
Absolutely.
But you just gotta get it a different way or earn it a different way.
And let me highlight this too. So like, we believe like in a holistic approach.
Yeah.
And so we know that it's more to a person than what they can accomplish in school.
Right.
There's more to a person than what they can accomplish with their skill set and abilities. And then there's more to a person than what they have going on mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so the reason we have mental health ingrained in what we do and have a therapist on site that does groups with the students to like destigmatize that piece is because, hey, we got kids, they'll go to church before they go to a therapist.
Facts.
And it's like, hey,
or they'll go to their friends.
Or they'll go to their friends. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That's another.
I heard an analogy about that. About you. Let's say this. You go to your friends for advice. That's just like, let's say a kid trying to teach somebody else that doesn't know how it works.
Yeah.
Right. But trying to show them the best of their ability to try to explain it. But it's like, if you just learn from somebody that's a couple years older than you, you're going to be able to learn their trip ups and everything like that.
And the way I explain it to the kids is like, hey, a lot of you all are in the same boat. Mm-hmm. And when your ship is sinking, when the boat's sinking, the people in the boat can't help. Mm-hmm. Yep. You need someone from outside the boat to come get y'all out of that sinking boat. Definitely. And so when you're going through things, you're going to people next to you in the boat, and you're all sinking together saying, what am I going to do? Well, they don't even know what they're going to do.
Right.
So you got to deal, us as adults, as caring adults, as leaders, mentors, therapists, pastors, all of these things. We've already been in the boat and survived that boat of being a teen, figuring out life, feeling lost in the world, trying to find purpose and value.
Yeah.
Let us help you navigate this here so you don't sink. And we ask for that permission. But the big thing is for them to be able to have everything they need in one place. There's an athletic coordinator that we have.
Y'all got boxing too? And
with boxing, hit training, weightlifting. Soon to be doing some more basketball stuff, river sport. We're getting into rowing. We want to expose
y'all do that at?
River sport down in.
You take the kids there?
Yeah, we take them down. Okay. So they're a really cool partner. They give us passes.
That's dope.
And stuff like that. But really, it's about basketball and football ain't for everybody. So how do we connect them to sports that they normally wouldn't have access to? Yeah. Because for some reason, whenever they build anything on the east side, it's a basketball court. Every time. Basketball
is my favorite sport. I like the way they trip up and down the court.
Hey, look at this low-income community. Let's give them a basketball court.
Well, they do the same thing even on the south side.
Yeah,
they put up soccer fields.
Yeah, and it's just like soccer.
Right.
It's like, what do these kids need? They need soccer, man. More soccer. More soccer.
You know what? The thing that I think that this one kid needs?
Yeah.
He doesn't even fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, doesn't even fit the description.
It doesn't.
He needs soccer.
That man needs soccer.
That man needs soccer in his life. No, man. That's the thing that legit blows my mind, too, is like, I think that, and this is the dope thing, even with Generation Y, too. Like, we've been able to go into so many different communities, too. Even, bro, like, going out to all these Native American schools. And, you see so many people just on, for one, either disability or like they're being, given money from the state and all this kind of stuff. And then, just being given everything, right? And then, their family's alcoholics. And then like they, are struggling themselves. And it's like, bro, like, it's not even just about like giving somebody stuff to live. Right. But it's really showing them, just like what you're doing. It's like showing people what is out there. Yeah. And then letting them choose. It's not like, I don't think that, I don't know, man. It's just so different. And you're able to see where there's some people that are trying to help. Yeah. Just really wanting them to believe or do whatever they did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's what kind of is like, you're not serving the community at that point. You're actually just enabling everybody.
You're maintaining, or you're trying to make the stat quo, which poverty creates a generational trauma where kids that grow up in poverty are more than likely to recreate that environment. Because once poverty is normalized, and people I don't think a lot of people know, like when we talk poverty,
when you're taught poverty,
when you're taught poverty, like
it's real.
A lot of it comes from the thing of like, well, I'm not homeless and I have food, but it's like you didn't buy your home and you didn't pay for the food. So if that system stops, then you're homeless and you don't have food, right? So,
and then who are you?
Are you in poverty then, right? So it's like, what do I have that I can build, create, grow, nurture myself without any involvement from the state and the city and all of their resources. Why? Because, like you said, it doesn't necessarily lead to the growth of an individual. And so their children not being in a home with an adult that's working on themselves and growing and working at their potential, they don't have the urgency to do the same.
Facts.
And there's a story I share with people about what that system really does. And so I was picking up some kids. It was raining, so I don't really pick kids up from school and stuff. This was some years ago.
Right.
But it was raining. I felt nice, so I go by Douglas. Nice. And it's a couple students that I normally, that they know me. You know, they're not stranger danger type stuff.
Right.
So hey, I was kids. Like, hey, yeah. Hello. Needs to rewrite.
Airtight.
So I go and I pick up a group. It was like three kids, three like middle school, high school. And one of the girls in the car, she say, "Oh, will you take us to get some food?" I'm like, "I ain't rich. I ain't taking y'all to get no food. What got thing going on?" You know, that's why I talk to the kid. Like,
right.
I don't just buy food. Like,
right.
It costs money. Food costs money. Like they're like, "Oh man." So the girl says, "See, this is why I can't wait till I get my food stamps when I turn 18." She said, "I can't wait to turn 18. I get food stamps." And when she said it, it didn't click until I dropped them off. But like when she said it, I was like, "What?" You know, and I just kept driving or whatever, dropped them off around the corner. And I was in a car driving back home, and I was just like, yo, like, that's pretty wild. Because when she said that, like...
She's a child, bro. That's
why
crazy.
would a 13-year-old know that when you turn 18, you don't have to pay for food? And what is that teaching? So, like, what goals is she setting? If that's the...
standard.
She doesn't feel like that is survival.
Right.
Right? Like... That's the difference between really, honestly, surviving and thriving. And the more tools people have, the more understanding people have, the more educated people are, then they thrive with the information and the cultivation of like their everyday person. Yeah. But survival is, I just need to get by to tomorrow. Every day, it's like just getting by. Every day, just getting by. Yeah. And when that becomes the norm, then that's when you start to see like this generational poverty thing come out, where it's like, oh no, like the whole family line is on EBT, right? And sometimes don't even really need it. It's just what we do. It's just like, hey, I get food stamps. Like, why not? Right. I qualify. So but the thing is, it creates it moves us away from self-reliance. Our community reliance, you know, because we need people, you know, but the government isn't people. So it's like you're not leaning on, it's a system. So a system doesn't calculate nuances. So, for example, there are people who the father may be present, but if he exists in the home, they lose that. But they need it. But the system says, hey, just in our algorithm of how we work, you don't get no food. Well, I got 6 kids, and my child's father, he's here, but he doesn't make enough. Yeah, well. Right. Well, if he leaves, we'll give you a bunch of money, though. That's crazy. That's a system. So, like, women hiding the fact that their men are in their home just because they know that they'll lose a resource they need. Right. That's a system. Right. Like, those are like loopholes in a system that shouldn't exist, but it's not individually focused. Right. Once again. And so that brings back to like the model that we have at the Bridge Impact Center is we want to know you as an individual. We want to discuss those nuances that make you who you are and how you think. Yeah. And then we want to serve your individual needs. Yeah.
Definitely. That's real, man. And so like whenever, I think that even like giving a student hope or giving, you know, even just having the Bridge Impact Center there, I feel like even if they don't go to it, you know what I'm saying? Them driving or walking by it or whatever is like, that still provides them with hope. Yeah. Of like something, seeing somebody went out of their way to build this. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? So like even that whole aspect of you like creating this whole thing is huge, bro. Yeah. And like adding value and even East Side's on the come up anyway. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
has been, but like, you know, even with JB doing the pizzeria and everything, and it's like it's dope. And so, but you adding value now to the East Side with this. How does that feel, bro? Like, what is a, you know,
I feel
seeing
like
each kid change lives, and like now you're seeing this big system, and now you're creating your own, and then being like, now I'm providing this type of, you know, huge awareness for students that could legit change our community by itself.
I'm really about, honestly, like the people and the culture. You know what I'm saying? And so to preserve the culture and the people to where people feel like, hey, the way I am is not a deficit. You know what I'm saying? Just because my upbringing and my culture different.
Yeah.
I can thrive and succeed being authentically myself.
Yeah.
And I don't have to like conform, you know what I'm saying, to a system that was really built around like serving one group, because that, you know what I'm saying? So like wearing a suit to work, like, is that like I don't have to wear a suit to work. I work with young people. So why would I wear a suit to a board meeting? I have on my work clothes. Now the people on my board, they work in offices. No, you wear your work clothes.
Right.
I'm wearing mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so being able to, that's one of the big goals of mine, is really to help people see like urban culture, you know what I'm saying, and the benefits of that, but also to see it as not the way that it's been presented.
Yeah. Stereotype.
You see dreads, baggy clothes, certain things, then it's like, based on what I've seen on YouTube or TV, whatever.
Right.
That person might be a criminal, or they might be involved in certain things just because that's the media that's been delivered to me.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. That's what's been delivered to
That's
you.
what's been delivered. So I'm not doing any extra work. I'm just looking at what's been handed to me. So I'm not really going to see, you know. And so you won't believe how many of our funders never been on the East Side until they came to see our space. And it's just I haven't been down here before. And I'm just like, you're 60, bro. Like, you haven't been to this side of town. But I get it. Nothing they need is over there.
True.
It's like, because why?
Yeah.
Because they don't live in an underrepresented community.
Right.
So they don't have to leave their community.
Everything they need is somewhere else.
Yeah. Growing up on the East Side, everything I need, I have to leave the East Side to go get it. And that just kind of speaks to, when we say underserved, that's what we mean. So when they say, well, why don't people just get jobs? I'm like,
where?
We don't even have a Walmart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have a Target. We don't have those things where it's just like, that hires hundreds of people. You know what I'm saying? To keep that joint. And I just look at, the way I feel in this work is that I feel like I'm able to, even on the minute level, impact, you know, this city in a way to where they can start to reevaluate the way that they serve communities. And if we would serve communities from a place of, like, you're Jordan, like, not a kid from this neighborhood, where it's like, oh yeah, the kids from the neighborhood. Well, that just put everybody in one thing.
Right.
So if there's a fight, who's fighting? Kids from over there.
Right.
No, I need the names, because every kid from over there don't fight. You know what I'm saying? If people, I believe the people who have the power when it comes to like the way systems are built in Oklahoma, and not just Oklahoma, but in urban communities
everywhere,
all over.
Yeah.
What people have to understand is that people like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, which I can go on a rant about how all of our heroes are like fighting for civil rights, you know, and I'm like, nah, there's a whole lot of really dope stuff that Black people have done that isn't just civil rights focused. So like everybody we put on a pedestal are people who fighting for freedom, and I'm just like, yeah, but there was other stuff going on. Like Hulu was developed by a Black woman.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not common knowledge. But we know about Rosa Parks.
Right.
You know, off a bus. And it's just like, but there's more current progression.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
Hidden Figures is a great example. You know, a Black woman created GIFs.
GIFs?
GIFs.
Oh, they're called GIFs?
Are they GIFs?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I heard that one time that somebody called them GIFs.
GIFs.
Why'd you breathe so hard afterward?
That's the way I want to say it now.
GIFs.
GIFs. So
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
A black woman invented that.
That's dope.
Yeah. So like the
That
cell
should
phone
be-
screen was a black dude.
Cell phone screen?
The cell phone screen, yeah. The LCD.
What do you mean?
The LCD screen was invented by a black man.
Okay.
So typically all the things we do that we enjoy with our phones,
yeah.
sending silly videos, watching TV, and having really colorful screens was all invented by black people.
That's dope.
But we could talk about Rosa Parks,
Yeah.
you know, trying to get free.
Everything just needs to be updated.
Yeah.
That's
We need a
100%,
reboot because these
100%.
kids, when they think of their heroes, like who are the heroes?
Right.
And it's always like the person who's trying to get us free. And we need those people.
Facts.
But we also have to show like, hey, but we
There's still some amazing
we're
people.
doing a lot of dope stuff.
Yeah.
So when you know, we want to redefine like what I look at those people as individuals, right? Martin Luther King was one person that, I mean, I tell the kids all the time, I'm like, you get a day out of school because of this joker. Like, we don't even get a day out of school for, you know what I'm saying, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. But we get a day out of school for Martin Luther King.
Right.
That's how dynamic his legacy is.
Huge.
But he was one guy. So you think there wasn't black people committing crimes during that time? Doing drugs, doing stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that one person went and he was able to rally people for a good cause. And I believe that if you start to shift your focus to the individual, then you can identify your little MLKs or, you know, whoever those individuals are that are able to like have influence or do dynamic things.
Yeah.
And it's not as numbers focused. So it's like, yeah, we got 1,000 kids. It's like, cool. So tell me about individuals within that group. And it's like, well, we just got 1,000 kids and we show, and I don't want to take away from the fact that when you do work to influence large groups, you gotta do it like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're able to sleep at night and say, I know that 1,000 kids heard something today that I think will help them. Like, and in the work we're doing, there's that piece, but then there's the piece of like, but we're gonna like follow it through with them. So like we're gonna, yeah, you got exposed to the good stuff, but we want to help walk that out with you, and we're gonna do it in your neighborhood. So there's no like, I need a ride. We don't have that conversation. We got one kid that asks for a ride all the time, you know. But it's like we don't have to provide rides. Why? It's in the neighborhood. Y'all walk to the store, you walk to the basketball court, you walk everywhere else,
Right?
You know, and those type of elements is like, hey, we're your neighbor, and this is yours. Like we give them ownership of the space.
Dope.
This will be as dope as y'all want it to be. So like we did surveys and we're just like, tell us what program is the dopest that we have, which ones need work. You know, they complain about our snacks. I'm like, snacks whack, bro. Get us better snacks. And like, but we're like, the customer's always right. I learned that at Wendy's. If they don't want mustard, you know what I'm saying?
They'll tell you.
But they have to know part of our element. We have 4 E's: education, exposure, economic development, and empowerment. But one of the biggest pieces of empowerment and building confidence with a person is them knowing that their voice matters and that the things they say carry weight as a person. So we actually y'all give us some ideas of some things y'all want to see happen. Right. And this is dumb. And it's just like, okay, that hurt a little bit, but but we're gonna hear it, but we're listening. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we're willing to process that because the customer's always right.
My biggest thing is you can't complain if you don't want to provide change. So it's like,
and what's a youth program with no kids? And so a lot of times people build a program and they say, and I've been this way before too. Like I said, working with teens, I learned a lot. I didn't come in the game knowing, but we have something we want to give them that we think will help them tremendously. And I look at it like the dog with the medicine. You ever give a dog medicine? You gotta put it you put the pill in the food.
Hide it, yeah.
Because he won't eat it.
Right.
You know.
Definitely.
And sometimes it's like the things that we know young people need, like they're just not going to have a desire for it.
That's why you got to meet them where they're at.
You meet them where they at.
Yeah.
You let's have some fun. Let's do this. But I have to do the work to figure out how to creatively insert these values or these things that they need
that are
into the
fundamental
fun
stuff.
Yeah, fun. Mental.
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 We should do a video about that.
Should it be
how
fun? If you want to
change the mental.
Fundamental. That's gonna be my new nonprofit.
Yeah,
it started here.
Let's do it.
Fundamental. In my commercial, should learn to be fun. Mental.
We'll work on that one.
Well,
that should definitely be a video series on how like the fundamentals can be pivotal, but we can make it funny. Do y'all want? And we'll do it like a bouncing the word along the words.
Fun.
You know what I'm saying?
Mental.
Fun. Mental.
We gotta work that mental part out.
Yeah, we'll work out the last part.
Mental. It could be focused to like
but that won't be
players.
Individuals. It won't be individualistic because I wouldn't be able to be a part. So,
but here's the deal. But you're a part of the fun part.
Yeah. Duh.
No, not that. Go back over there.
I'll stay at the last part.
Listen, there's no limit to what a young person can do.
Facts.
They just need access to be able to like see it, learn it. Try. We had a guy coming in talking about petroleum, oil and gas. Pulls up in a Maserati, and we're just like, dang, that joint is sweet. Like, he's living a different life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the kids locked in.
Yeah.
And he's sharing about his career, and they're asking you very unique questions.
Right.
But he's telling them, yeah, you could get into this gig through Metro Tech. So I can get in oil and gas by way of Metro Tech in high school.
Right.
And come out making $80,000 a year.
Right.
Why isn't that everyday? That should be discussed. That should be on a big wall in every school in Oklahoma.
Right. It's because everything is pushed toward like the bigger schools, right? Everybody wants to get the money, and it's all a money thing, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like the easier ways of, because even whenever I went to, I just went to community college and I just got the enterprise development degree. And so like whenever I got that, I was like, I'm already doing what I'm doing. Yeah. I was traveling, doing DJ stuff. I started having a passion toward nonprofit things. Yep. And then I was like, I don't really need more than this. So,
go live. I want to go live.
And that's the thing too, is like, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to be gaining more debt toward your family, your future, all that kind of stuff. And so you're going to be indebted to it. And then that's going to prolong your, whatever you're trying to do. So it's like, I feel like on the job training or like doing an internship, going with, Marcus and learning, how you're doing what you're doing, you know, there's just so many other avenues for people to succeed that it's just a stigma toward doing one way is the success.
Absolutely.
That's not the way to go. There's so many people who didn't even go to college. Yeah. That are like icons.
Some of
Einstein,
really crazy.
Einstein didn't go to college.
It seemed like some of the most iconic people.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
No college.
Didn't finish. Yeah, either didn't go or didn't finish, dropped out, went back later after they were rich, and all of those things. But what it shows is that no path has to be the same. Like, you look at what you want to accomplish in the world based on what you've learned about the world. Like, we show different careers because I'm like, there's no reason to live in Oklahoma and not know that oil and gas is like the biggest industry.
Facts.
Oil and gas and agriculture. So first of all, let me just tell you how people in Oklahoma are rich. Y'all just need to know that. So when you see the Teslas and you see you should know that there's a large chance that these guys are either in oil or energy or agriculture.
Right.
Or food, which is agriculture. I mean,
Right.
But
cattle.
Typically, there's other stuff going on, but typically, the common 1% in Oklahoma is involved in those two industries.
Definitely.
And young people don't know that. So they're still saying they want to be, I want to be a lawyer. And I'm like, that's cool. That is an option.
Yeah.
But when you say why, so that's like a question that like they hate. GNY, you know what I'm saying? But
It's huge.
when
But
you
why,
ask,
there's got to be a why behind everything.
when you ask why, helping
Yeah.
people find their why, which is what you guys do an incredible job at. Like, we'll sit with young people and we're just like, tell us about what you see for your future, and they start yelling all this stuff. I'm like, but why? And when we get to the core of it, a lot of them just want to be out of poverty. So it's like,
Definitely.
I want a good paying job. So people say I argue well. I'm gonna be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Why don't you be a husband or wife? Isn't that facts?
professional.
A professional husband or wife?
Yo,
I'm gonna get paid more.
That's what. No, that's professional. I
He's
mean,
on to something.
that's Will and Jada. They're professional married couples.
Wow.
Kim and Kanye, they were a professional married couple.
Get my wife's name.
They were making money off being married for sure, no question. People
The Smiths? You think so?
in the
That's
Kardashian
crazy.
West.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I think
paparazzis were filling their pockets.
it's
up.
got to be a publicity stunt for sure. So,
There's an element of like conversations that happen.
because I don't even think that there's that much in common besides the craziness between them two that she would actually want to like him.
You know who? Will or
Or I was talking about Ye.
Ye. So
Yeah,
Ye,
yeah.
he said it. He said that he's like he has relationships with paparazzi. Like he'll call them.
That's
Yeah.
that's what Drake even talks about,
Yeah.
bashing him on the thing,
Yeah.
and saying like, I know people that pay paparazzi to come and get him.
Yeah, they like I
Or
just
take
call.
pictures of
Hey,
their
bro, I'm gonna be
outfits.
stepping out with this outfit. I'm gonna be on this street around this time.
Wild.
Pull up on your boy.
If you got that type
Catch
of money,
me in
bro.
public.
He's got billions though.
Yeah, but
How many? 2 or 3 billion?
what's more valuable, money or influence?
Influence for sure.
Yeah, because with influence you can impact culture.
Mhm.
With money you
And
can
then
just
you can
buy
influ-
what you can buy. But
Then you can influence where the money goes.
anybody trying to dress like Bill Gates?
Every dad that mows their yard,
Are they thinking Bill Gates, or is that just Bill
it's
Gates
just a
energy?
natural like I'm gonna go to Walmart and just buy whatever.
What's those Nikes, bro?
New Balance?
No.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, you got the New Balance joints, but those like
The thick ones.
the basic Nike, bro. Like that joint dropped probably like in '73, bro.
Those are the Nike dad.
The Nike.
I don't know
Dad.
what they call them.
It's the most. It's the highest selling shoe
Really?
in Nike. Yeah,
No way.
yeah, bro.
I mean, I guess I can see that.
How many middle-aged white dads though like need a good, comfortable shoe?
A lot. Every
And
single
then
one of them.
so when Yeezy dropped
Yeah.
his newer brand of the comfort joints, what they look like.
They look like the dad. Yeah.
They're like dad shoes, bro. But guess what?
What are they called?
He was a
though?
dad.
Yeah. Touche.
My feet hurt, bro.
What
Kanye
do-
like
what do I
feet
like
hurt,
about
man.
these shoes? And I'm gonna just take that and then make my own.
Put some
Yeah.
drip on them.
Put some drip on it.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely.
Make it for the culture.
Make it,
and
yeah.
then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, you know, he breaks the industry
It's wild.
in shoes. But it's like he just made shoes that feel good, and
Yeah.
then his
Yeah.
influence said these are dope.
Influence. Bro, you could make have you seen those new Balenciagas they were doing?
Yeah,
They look
You
like
talking about the
trash.
cloggy joints.
They look like if you took Converses,
Yeah,
threw them in the mud, tore them up, painted Balenciaga on them, and say, "I'm gonna sell these for $900 to $1,000 each." What?
So do you
But
have
people will buy them.
Do you have buyer's remorse?
What do you mean?
Like,
I
you
feel
got
bad.
'em.
No, I don't buy 'em. What? Bro, I haven't even bought a shoe that's over $100.
Bro, I've definitely
Personally,
I
never
no,
bought it.
okay. I was gonna say I've definitely peeped the pair of Yeezys you have that I want.
Personally, I've never bought. Just because I have them does not mean you've got the same problem. You've got
Hello?
people that have given you things.
Hello, this is also a PSA to Jordan Miller's friends. I'm also
I'm also Jordan Miller's friend.
seeking really deep friendships. My love
Sounds
language
deep
is
after this
is gifts.
topic. my love language is gifts.
Gifts.
Ironic.
Food can be a gift, but also Yeezys can be a gift.
Okay.
It's a scale. I had a
Yeah.
friend give me a car.
You did?
Yeah.
So then what are you saying?
But he didn't give me no Yeezys.
I wanted the music.
A good brother of mine like saw us having some issues because like in doing this work, working in community.
You're sticking your key into the ignition and saying this is cool and all, but I want some Yeezys.
I want to walk. I want to walk nice,
comfortably.
Walk to me nice.
Walk to me nice, baby.
Hey, baby. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
I mean, it's just one of those things where like you get people that
you'd rather have influence.
Influence are $1 billion. The real question is
that's rough. Because what if it depends on what you're doing with the $1 billion,
I mean, you could change the world. You could, but never mind.
You could what?
Nothing.
No,
if this was the Joe Rogan podcast, I'd say something else.
We are on it.
You could do a lot with $1 billion.
What were you gonna say?
Anything you want to do.
But what were you gonna say?
You can influence a one world government.
Did you hear that he was gonna buy the earth? Yeah, he said he's gonna buy the earth. And then he's gonna buy robotic bees.
Okay,
mechanical bees.
He can.
I didn't say that he can't, but what do you think about that?
I think it's incredible. Man came from Southside Chicago.
You're talking about one area. We're talking about individuals.
No, what I'm saying is, but from where he come from,
what you
in the environment,
where he come from,
that individual,
I don't care.
Listen, that individual,
you changed my mind about our last conversation.
He's the Martin Luther King of what he does. He's an individual that has a strong.
You know how we were talking about
major
freestyling
influence.
and like we watching people think about what they're gonna say.
Was that
I
it?
just saw your face go. Martin Luther King. It's a build up. It's like
I'm coming to the end of this sentence. I better land it.
I don't know what I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
That was insane. But yeah, that's true.
That's true. Like
But if you have $1 billion and you just strictly use it to buy the earth, okay. Who's gonna give you a loan? Do you think the earth is not worth more than $1 billion?
I think he has the down payment. He has the down payment amount at least. To be fair, you're buying what's not already owned though. So he always says America is for sale because it's just like there's so much.
There's a lot of land that's not bought.
It's not bought. He's like, I'll just buy a bunch of it.
And
in the next century,
the government doesn't even own it.
Yeah, just land.
There's even places that even some of the natives.
I think they should give it all to the natives.
You think so?
Anything that's not owned,
it is their country.
Just give it to them. Like, what's it gonna hurt? And
I guess the people who don't own it.
This is what I think.
Okay.
I have real strong opinions.
Let's go.
That are not fact, and I'm aware of that. But I have thoughts.
But they gotta be said.
Sad emotion to beat, cue it. All right. So I think
it makes it sound way more important when you gotta say it now. Let it be.
All right. So I think
that's the song you chose.
That's the one.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So I think that if someone that is indigenous to the land,
right,
has a plan for what they want to do with land, that they should be granted the land from the government.
100%.
I think they should grant it to them and let them develop and build up their families, their generation, their households, and all of those things, because a foundation is so important. So let's back up. We were talking about Kanye West, right?
We were.
Talented kid. He was actually
he's a grown man,
an artist.
Yeah.
Visual artist. He could draw really well. Yes.
Kanye.
So have you ever heard him talk about how he sees sounds?
Yes.
So
heard that, yeah.
He's a visual artist. If you ever look up his art, like he's an actual really
I did not know
crazy artist.
Really?
And he would translate art into music. And but also music was like, this is going to translate better into culture, music. So I'm going to go this way.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he discovered, fashion is super influential.
But he even changed the game fashion-wise, too, whenever he first came on, just being an artist. Because he came in with a different, backpacks, polo, all the things, you know what I'm saying? Like, That was completely different than what people were doing.
It was. And one of the things he had that I believe set him up for success was a support system that said,
Jay,
this is who. Rock. The Rock played a role. So, but I'm leading up to meeting the Rock, right? Rockefeller,
Rock Nation, yeah,
Rockefeller Records, like meeting Jay-Z and Dame Dash. Right. Before that, when he's a kid trying to figure out life, you know, he was able to do that freely. You know what I'm saying? His mom was an educator, but she understood the importance of him being able to cultivate the things that he loved
and express himself.
And so she just encouraged him constantly.
So brings it back to the bridge.
Before he brought his music to,
what you did,
you see what I'm doing, bro?
Wow.
Before he brought his stuff public to the world,
yeah,
he already knew it was dope. He already believed it.
Right.
Like he already was confident. Like, nah, like I know what I do is dope.
Yeah.
Like it's not about that. It's not about is he good. Like I know I'm good. Right. That's not even on the cocky side. It's just like I've met dudes who like I swear by my work. I'm a plumber. I swear by my work. Yeah. I know that I can fix this stuff. Yeah. And like, well, that gives you an opportunity to price yourself well. That gives you an opportunity to jump in and take risk. Yeah. Because if you're confident, then you'll take more risk.
Facts.
I got a nephew who's like super athletic. You know, he's playing D1 ball over at Murray State. Shout out to him. And so
yeah,
like I remember watching him do a somersault for the first time.
When he was a kid or now?
It was about a couple years ago.
Okay.
And, I mean, he's young now. He's still like 18, 19.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
We were out somewhere and there was a cheerleader there and she did flips. And he was like, I think I could do that.
That's crazy.
Never did it before. But it was really about the fact that he was already confident in his physical ability.
Right.
So he's like, I know I'm athletic.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can figure this out because I'm more athletic than her. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
dope. Yeah.
So I watched, he did it. He fell on his head the first time.
Of course.
We all laughed, ha, 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 ha. And then he's like, nah, I'm going to do it again because I think I get it now. So from the failed attempt, he knew what he did wrong, and then he hit it the next time.
Dang.
And
that's dope.
It was just like, yo, like, that's crazy. But what I've realized is that when a person has confidence in certain things about themselves, tough, hard things and even failure is looked at more like a challenge. So it's like, I know I'm good at this.
Yeah.
I just need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not about maybe I should just go another direction in life.
Right.
And that comes from a person who doesn't have like self they don't know themselves well.
Yeah.
Knowledge of self. They haven't had time to like cultivate who they are as an individual. And so they change. You see, you probably meet people and it's like, I haven't seen you in a year. It's like, what do you do now? Oh, now I do this. And you see him again. It's like, what do you do now? Oh, now
something different every time.
Now I'm doing this. And it's like, bro, who are you?
Right.
Like, what do you do?
Definitely.
And let me reframe that. We aren't what we do.
Right.
So,
but those are the people who do
trying to find out who they are
through other things.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
So they're doing to try to define who they are.
But then it's like that's why nobody. That's why everybody struggles with purpose.
Yeah.
Because if they cannot find reason to do what they're doing, then they feel like that's a personal attack on them. So then they initially like relate that failure with them being a failure.
Yes, identity.
So then it's a rejection from this, so it's a failure on me,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but it's not, that thing was just not meant for you. Don't take that an attack.
Yeah, keep pressing
exactly.
Because
you'll find it.
Your identity is not wrapped in what you do.
Exactly.
But what you do can come out of your identity.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
facts.
The quicker you learn about who you are as an individual, or not the quicker, it's not like a overnight process, but the more intentional you become about discovering who you are through development, through trying things, through taking risks, to therapy, through, I mean, just all the elements. Yeah. But when you start to figure out how you tick, then there are going to be things you do that are going to go really well.
Because everything has meaning.
Yeah.
Right?
And if it fails, it doesn't destroy you.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, how many guys make it pro, get injured, and then it's like, I'm depressed, you know,
Because I
and
can't
all
do
these
what I
things-
thought I was.
Because I'm a superstar.
Right.
And it's like, and I can't be that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Right.
But the world kind of like, the world we live in, like, feeds into that beast. And that's why you can go to an urban community and they say, I want to play football and basketball.
Yeah.
Because I want to be, but
Right.
when I get to the core of it, when I start asking young dudes, and I'm just like, yo, bro, you want to be the NBA player, or you want to be NFL player? Why?
Right.
I like football. Yeah, but I like football.
Right.
Everybody like, you know what I'm saying?
You play Madden.
Why do you want that to be? And it's just like,
Right.
I want to get paid doing something I like. I
Yeah.
said, what else do you like? I don't know. Well, let's find that out.
Right.
Let's find out what else you're good at. Let's find
Could
out.
be amazing in so many other things.
Yeah, and those other things, see, the NFL, NBA, that's a lottery.
Right.
It's like throwing a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know anybody, have any connections, and but we can't talk about all of that, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
some of the people in the NBA are like cousins and nephews and grandchildren of people who are
Right,
in
right.
the NBA. Like, we
Yeah.
know that exists.
Right.
But the other options can be accomplished through college and trade and things like that, and just through spending time with those things. So it's like,
Even going through college or football, though, you still have to go through some sort of school. Right?
absolutely.
Why not learn something that could low key be a minor or
Yep.
that could set you up for success if
Absolutely.
this don't work?
Absolutely.
And that goes back and forth to the whole concept of like, okay, well, I should just have no regrets, go all in for this one thing.
Yep.
And that's fine. Sometimes that works.
Yeah.
But it's like that doesn't work for everybody.
It does not. And you know what's crazy is
What
that
happens when life hits you?
who are you?
Right.
And that's when it comes out of who we are. It's
Exactly.
when life hits us and when things don't go the way that we hope they go.
Yeah.
I jumped all in on Urban Bridge. I had resigned from my job in 2017.
Sure did.
Did all of that. Didn't have a salary. Got kids and different things. And it was like a season of, it was a season really of how much do you believe in the dream? You know what I'm saying?
The mission.
The mission,
Yeah.
like the thing that we want to do, and your ability to see it through.
Yeah.
Now, as a person that has dealt with, they called it ADD when I was a kid,
ADD.
not ADHD. It was called ADD,
That's what. Yeah.
and then they expanded
they
it over
called that
time.
in
But in
there.
the
Yeah.
'90s, it was ADD.
ADD.
So
Yeah.
they called my mom, said I had ADD. We didn't know what it was. It was
Start
just like
freaking out.
pay more attention to your kid. That's the way we thought. That's the way she translated it. Was
I need to cater to you more.
just a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Done told these people I ain't paying attention. Like, why are you telling people that?
Trying to parent my kid.
Not
Yeah.
knowing that was something that could become a potential obstacle in me accomplishing things
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting away, having those barriers.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I realize like a lot of my path was crafted through ADHD.
Bro, right?
Without even knowing that,
Yeah.
because I was trying to find a lane that made sense for me
Yeah.
in the way I tick. But guess what? There are things that you deal with even with mental disorders and things like, mental health disorders that can be learned and you can
Navigate it through.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can navigate it and not knowing. But out of the urgency of doing the work that I
Yeah.
felt like I was called to do and that I had the skill set to accomplish, I started to learn these skills,
Yeah.
not knowing that I was doing it until I went retroactively and started reading about ADHD
Right,
and like
right.
watching videos. I'm like, dang, I started doing that.
Some
Like,
of the people who have ADHD or ADD, or whatever you want to call it, are like really great, even entrepreneurs.
yeah,
And they
Yeah.
just like, yes, they bounce around from day to day, but once they
Yeah.
navigate and figure out like, if I can create something,
yeah,
dope. And then if I can create something out of this to this,
yeah.
is a trail thing.
It doesn't
And-
stop. You know what's crazy too? So
You can
Eight-
tell that we both probably have it because of our conversation,
Jesus, bro,
but we can always bring it back.
it's incredible.
Let's call it talent. What was that, Gypsy woman? What was this?
It's kind of like
Deleted.
yeah. It's that.
It's what?
That.
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 Dat.
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 You.
Did you ever Dat Piff?
Huh? Dat. Yeah. Yeah.
I was on that anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. The best place to get your Lil Wayne stuff. Any
Lil
instrumentals.
Wayne, you gotta download everything. LimeWire.
I used to get some instrumentals off of Dat Piff.
For real.
I rap all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Download that joint.
SoundClick now.
Yeah. I could,
You don't mess with SoundClick?
SoundCloud.
Click.
I used to. I used to sell my beats on SoundClick.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Did you use it? Yeah.
I did.
Sorry.
I did.
I'm not talking about now. Now it is would be.
Does it
SoundCloud.
exist now?
I think it's still a thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Bryson
SoundCloud.
Tiller mentioned it in one of his songs.
He said SoundClick.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
SoundCloud is popping still. We got a little.
SoundCloud is still popping.
Those ads.
That's
though,
what
it's
Russ came off of.
Crazy.
You know Russ?
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah, he's really talented. No, I don't know him. I haven't met him.
No, you said you knew him.
He has, I like his hair. It's nice. It's long. So, talented dude. But no, so your disorders and all of that is still not you. And the things you do aren't you. Your identity is you have to learn how to separate identity from the things you do or your performance, basically.
Right.
So when you have like different things going on in your life, a lot of times the way we react to those things, we reflect that back on who we are as people.
Right.
And it's like, no, like,
What if it could be who you are, right? So
Yeah.
let's say like this. So one of my friends, I say friends, we met each other for a week. Anyway, don't really talk now. So was
Yeah.
that a friend? Acquaintance. Anyway, so he has no legs, one arm.
I just didn't know it was going there.
I'm sorry.
You gotta go.
I should have done a pre-warning.
Well, I mean, if you would have did the sad emotional beat, that would have helped me. Because now I don't know if I want to go. I don't know if this stays.
In the podcast.
I don't know if I'm gonna see it through. 'Cause, I mean, just that caught me off guard. I mean, just kind of, you know, like you went from being your friend, your acquaintance, to not having legs, and I'm just like, bro, that's a lot in 10 seconds, like to go. But I'm trying. Okay, so this dude,
You did a really good job on recovering why you laughed. That's all I got to say.
yeah, it's rough.
So, no legs.
No, it's just actually sad. I cry not to laugh. I mean, wait, what's the word? I laugh not to cry. Okay.
He was born with no legs. Okay.
I didn't care how it happened. I didn't care how it happened, bro. It just okay. Wait a minute. All right, so
So that's not who he is.
You met a guy,
We'll say that.
and he was paraplegic.
There you go. I should have just said that.
I mean,
You
bro,
know,
when
you know
when-
more words than I do.
When you disconnect the limbs in the conversation,
I didn't
like-
disconnect it. Life did.
no, I mean, but like you verbally took his legs from me while we were talking. Because I didn't know he didn't have
didn't.
them. And then it's just like, hey, by
But
the
how
way,
else was I supposed to
he ain't got
describe
no
it?
legs.
with-
I'm like, okay, well, what else? He ain't got no arm. And I'm just like, man.
So he doesn't have those things.
he's paraplegic.
All that to say, that's not who he is, right?
Right.
But he has to learn how to navigate it. I think whenever we're talking about goals,
Yeah.
we're talking about identity,
Yeah.
we're talking about whatever, the things that you've been given makes up who you are. The intangible things
Yeah.
makes up another part of who you are. So I feel like there's two things on how to navigate life, right?
Yeah.
Because like, you know, some people are like, you know, I'm really awkward. I love being awkward. I love
Yeah.
making people feel awkward. I don't care. I
Yeah.
love it when people sweat and they're just like all like jittery
Yeah,
in
this
their
is odd.
seat.
Yeah.
And I know you like to do the same
a good
thing.
time.
It's a very good time.
Yeah.
Especially with conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But some people have this same, like grew up in the same household I was. They don't like to be awkward,
Let me
right?
ask you this.
So does that make them who they are on different character traits? That's a character thing.
Character is who we are.
Character is who you are.
Yeah.
how
Character is
do
a part
you-
of who we are. So
How do you find identity?
in character, Or
you don't find identity in character, right? Or do you find identity in what? In the purpose you fulfill within the world?
No, you find identity in
This just got deeper than what I thought.
Yeah, bro, but we got to go down this rabbit hole because it's serious.
Serious.
Your identity is a collaboration of experiences, self-value, self-worth,
trauma.
I
guess that's
experience, but
right.
Under the knowledge and understanding of yourself,
right,
and a part of your identity is going to lie within what really, honestly, what you believe about yourself. Because you'll never be more than what you believe about yourself, and people don't like to hear that. But one of my favorite verses in Proverbs.
One more time, say it again. You'll never
be more than what you believe about yourself.
That's a bar.
And so the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you believe you are,
you are.
You are.
Whether you're a failure or a winner, you're right.
If everything around you looks like failure, but you believe you're a winner, then that's not going to stop you. You're going to keep going.
Right.
But there's also people where everything looks like winning, but they feel like failures. And so they're not
That's
happy.
why so many people because I remember whenever I was going through my suicidal ideations whenever I was a freshman in college.
Yeah.
Literally, physically had nobody around me. Or no, reverse it. I physically had a lot of people around me.
Yeah.
But I felt so alone.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you.
That was your belief.
You had a lot of creative people that go through that same thing.
A ton of it, because you can feel like you're the only one that you don't have the support that you need, and a lot of times we don't verbalize that we need it, and so,
or we don't verbalize how we want it to look.
You know what's crazy? We don't verbalize it because we go back to that belief, right? We don't believe that people will care enough to do anything about it.
And believe as much as you do.
And that goes back to self-worth, which we teach our mental health baseline right now starts at self-worth.
Yeah.
You're worthy.
Yeah.
You're worthy
just by showing
to
up.
be loved. You're worthy to, you're worthy. Like, at the end of the day, you're a human. You are worthy.
Yeah.
Immediately when you're born, you have value to the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
that's what we say at the assemblies. Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, nice.
So
we have some. We doing double deal? That's like the Power Ranger fist bump. Hey, I saw a dude punch a dude like that in high
person.
School. Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, he did like this Power Ranger punch.
He was jumped.
So he was a shorter guy.
Like
he
me?
jumped and he hit the dude like this, and his legs open when he did it, and it was just like phenomenal.
It's like a jumping jack.
But it was like a
jumping.
And I mean,
a jack punch.
It hurt. I think it hurt the dude.
Did he fall?
He was deeply impacted by it.
Deeply impacted. By that punch.
Yeah, it was like a little disorienting.
Were you the one who got punched? You describing this so good.
No, but that was just crazy.
I think he got hurt real bad. He got an imprint on his chest and everything. He went back home and cried for hours. Like, okay.
He's gonna get revenge. This I know. I'm certain of it. 20 years later, he's gonna get him.
And Justin, talking to you right now through this camera. He's gonna find you and he'll kill you. That's a Liam Neeson in me.
That's the Liam.
Do you ever watch that?
I did, man. You know what I liked about Liam Neeson in that movie?
Because he actually followed through.
You want to know why he followed through? See, that line he says, this goes back to, right?
I will find you.
He was not in a position of power in that moment. That's what we say. Your daughter got took. She's in another country, right? You don't know what's going on. You don't know what to do. But then he says, I have a special set of skills. I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you. He was confident.
He knew what he could do.
He knew what he could do. And even though the odds were against him, because he believed that he's going to get her back.
There wasn't a belief. There was like, I know.
Yeah. I know I'm going to get you.
Because even in my belief, low key, like there's sometimes you doubt things, right?
Yeah.
Even in your belief.
Doesn't it slow you down though? Like
the unbelief is what
slows you down. That unbelief.
It'll
stifle you, you know? And the crazy part about unbelief is that it usually is surrounded by the way that we feel other people would perceive our failure.
So it's doubt in yourself in a scale that you think that other people know what.
So you take a risk,
Yeah.
you fail, and everybody's looking like they do fail, and that's what we believe is going to happen.
And we think that other people know what success looks like whenever we are looking for validation from people who haven't even made it yet.
Yeah, bro. And so then,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Why do we do that?
I'm so excited. No.
It's real. That's
real.
crazy.
But then it causes us to have to redefine bravery. What's bravery? Believing in yourself and putting action behind it. That's bravery, because it takes courage to take a risk, and we live amongst people. So like, I know this as with music. You know, I want to try something new. I want to do something different. But then it's like, will people understand this if they hear it? Will people like it if they hear it? You know, we did a audio motivation joint. Like, dude, I linked up with one of my partners, one of my good friends, David Skidmore. He authored a book called Unstuck. You know, turning your
just
potential.
Just saying this though, I'm your favorite white person, right? White guy.
Here's like,
you can say it on the podcast.
Well,
so we have it on record.
I've accumulated a few more white friends since you came into my life.
Okay,
and I'm what I'm saying is like you.
What is that?
You're in the room,
obviously, but
I don't really have like a
favorite.
Yeah, it's like, but I only have a few in the room.
What is that? I understand what you're trying to get at. That you're like saying you should be honored. You're at least in the room, but
remember that car I told you about?
Yeah,
that's white. That was white.
So just because I haven't gotten you a car or Yeezys,
it's not that. I'm saying like that was a very specific gift he gave me, specific to a very specific need I had in that season.
I also did the same thing 10 years ago when you just needed a white friend.
I did.
I fulfilled that.
But then Halo is also during that time.
Okay.
Really good white friend.
But where?
You're in the room though. Like I only have one room. I don't have a hotel.
How big is this room?
How big is this room?
12 by 12.
12 by 12?
You know how many bodies you can stuff in there?
Heck yeah. Oh, no, I don't. No. No, I have no idea. That's crazy. What sicko would know how many bodies you can stuff in the 12 by 12 space without raising any type of
at least 275.
What? Depends. Are they breathing or not? Clothes or no clothes?
This is the first episode that we've ever gone over 2 hours.
Are we 2 hours?
Yeah.
Dude.
I did not realize that.
I got kids.
Yeah.
This is a very healthy break from that.
So come on. Anytime.
You know, when
you're
when
welcome.
You got kids, you don't get out the house as much, you know? So
that's true. That's true.
Nice
and especially whenever your friends, they just go back to like just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then you got to go hang out with your kids. Not have to.
Well,
you know.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so whenever you have to go hang out with your kids and you're taking care of them and stuff, you're like, I'm thinking about what my friend does because they always complain about not having time. And I'm like, if I had your life,
bro,
I would get so much.
You know how much
done.
time I have, bro.
Crazy.
Single with no kids,
bro.
You
know how many times we just go back, bro. Did you add a P on that? Bro. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
I do have to go back to saying that I really appreciate you letting me in the room.
Bro, thanks for letting me in your room.
We didn't talk about my room.
But I just want to highlight your room because, listen, if there's a house on fire in your neighborhood, you know, you don't say, let's put out the house fires on everyone's house, just the one that's on fire. And I just want to tell you that your room matters. Because your room is the one on fire.
My room is the only one in the house that's on fire?
I've been
So you set my room on fire?
My awareness to being politically correct and woke is very high, and I do well with it.
Definitely. You can tell.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
I hit every cue. I pay attention.
Because when these cameras go off, best believe.
I listen.
You got to. And that's a talent, too. We could go into that
is
one.
a talent. But,
Facts.
you know, I'll say this, too. Working with families and young people, being like, it's more about what you learn than what you teach. And that has really kept me and my team motivated with what we do.
It's all about hearing what's unsaid, too.
Man.
Because, like, you could say that you're fine. We know you're not.
We know you're not fine.
So let's unpack it. So, we're going to have you on the podcast again, bro.
Bro,
for sure.
I had an incredible time. I'm not endorsing these guys anymore because their bottles don't stand up as well
get the hint.
as... Yeah. Get a hint, bro. Wider bottle. I mean, you kind of see how that... All right, let me back up.
So the construction of that bottle is what you have a problem with?
Yeah.
Not the taste.
I don't knock over bottles. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I've probably never done it. And that's my first time having that drink. And I'm going to really just go out on the limb and say it's because of the construction of that bottle.
I could see that.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with me being clumsy. I'm not clumsy.
You're not clumsy at all. No.
Did I fall when I came in here?
No.
Exactly. And I don't fall.
You're not a tripping kind of guy.
I don't have bruises, scratches anywhere on me. Except right here.
And right here. And right. I think there's one in here.
Well,
hey, man.
Except right here. On my heart.
All
because I hurt my brother when I said that.
Nah,
you're
we're
not
already
my
moved
favorite.
past it. We're already past that.
Okay.
We had to actually go back and delete the 30 seconds.
I'm excited that I was able to finally get here, and I can't wait to come back and like continue some of these conversations.
Definitely. We'll have to work out some. I mean, this is on camera, and I'm gonna say it, just so it could hold us accountable.
Heck yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Do it.
I say it. Don't say that. No.
Rewind.
I would say it would be a fire thing where you could do GNWY but like in, your thing.
In where? In the bridge?
The building.
Bro, come on. What you doing today?
I was doing this.
I mean, but can you come today? Because we short on volunteers today, specifically.
Nah, man. I got a kid.
No.
Sorry.
All right, that's fair. This is what I will say.
I'm just playing.
I will say this, that I believe that the mission you all have and the things that you all do, you do it really well. And I believe that it translates to all kids, all cultures, all of that, because it's just about being good people. It's about purpose, people, nature. You know what I mean? Like everything.
Nature?
Human nature.
Okay. I didn't know where you're going with the whole nature thing,
bro.
but you said nature.
Nature, bro.
Come
on, man.
That was the whitest I've heard you say. Nature, bro.
I told you, man. My white friends. I got few. I've got few now.
Let's start eliminating some of them.
Whoa! Slow down.
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
I
just
love
me
these
though.
guys.
Just me.
I love. You know what? I do want to say this. Where we at? 2 hours, 10 minutes. All right. Listen, this is important.
My feelings are on the line.
No, listen.
Nah, go ahead.
I forgot. It was deep, dude.
It had to do with white friends?
Yeah.
And what?
Oh, this is what it was. So, I had a conversation with a friend of mine about, his white friend, about natural relationships, right?
Right.
The way I grew up, I grew in pretty much an exclusive black community.
Right.
Exclusive black family.
Right.
Exclusive black church.
Right.
So, went to black schools growing up as well until I went to class. I didn't have any natural relationships with white people, really. Like, outside, there's like a couple people I can name that, you know what I'm saying, went to school.
We're in your room.
Yeah. But in my adult life,
Yeah.
you know, that really started to change. And then as I've been doing this work, you know, I've encountered like really dope. Well, music was the first thing. So
Right.
Doing music and all of that, I was able to meet dope people like my bro Halo, like you. You know, we didn't say that, but we linked up. Music was like how we
did. I wanted to be your hype man.
Yeah,
because
you was a good hype man, bro. You were hype, bro. Remember this when everybody used to do that, and that was like a sign that like we're getting hype.
Turn up.
Yeah,
yeah.
I use that a
It was
lot
fun.
because jumping is really exhausting. So I just do the arm pump. Like,
I should have learned that.
yeah,
That would have been a good idea.
And so I say that to say that I'm actually really amazed and like grateful for like, you know,
My room.
diverse.
Wait a second.
Diverse
Hold on.
relationships.
Let me
diverse
Let me
relationships.
ask the question that maybe me and maybe most viewers are gonna ask
Yeah.
themselves. Why do we have our own room?
Yeah, I don't.
You just said,
How's it my room if you're in it?
but you
No.
You
No.
said my room of white people. Friends.
No, I said I have white people in the room.
Did you say that? We'll have to run it back.
But this is a room that is our room, and we're neighbors in it. And
neighbors. So you mean they're not
I
in the room
live
physically?
I live in a room that is diverse,
yeah,
loving.
that's good. So you're saying all of us are in your room
It's not my room.
of just friends.
The room is Earth. We're all in it, bro. We're in each other's room, and and I'm grateful for that. I'll share a room with you anytime. We shared a room in San
Dylan
Antonio.
Chase made me and Sean share a room.
How was that?
It was dope.
Yeah. Sean's
Me
a
and
good
Sean are
roommate,
good
actually.
people. So
I've shared lots of rooms with Sean.
okay, you don't
Travel-
gotta one up me.
traveling.
Okay, you know, I mean, I was just trying to be excited.
Don't get me talking about my
the-
black friends now.
Oh, so
Sean,
I've got a bigger room.
that room is big. Did I get you again?
I'm just glad that I wore a
Rain jacket.
rain jacket inside.
I do. I drool when I sleep. So imagine what I could do awake.
That's like something that you put in your Tinder profile.
I never got the opportunity to use it.
What you just
When
said?
when Tinder developed, I was already like married. And
Obviously,
stuff.
right.
Like,
'Cause this happened
But I
couple
would
years
have
ago.
had so much fun with it.
Right.
I think
you can
about,
still
like,
make one. Just
I-
make one of your single friends.
Meeting women
What about it?
is so much more complicated than it used to be.
Nowadays, yeah.
Like, I go to the mall, me and my friends like, hey, we gonna go get numbers. Like,
Right.
she ain't writing the number down on a piece of paper.
Right,
She
right.
ain't got a chance, you know. It's like,
Of course.
so it's like,
Who
you
writes
get-
things down these days?
we ain't even writing stuff down.
Using solid memory.
Yeah, but they ain't taking notes. People pull out their phone, just like, here, just scan, follow my.
Follow this barcode.
Oh. Okay, I'm running late. I just realized
Yeah.
somewhere. Crappy McCrapster.
That's good.
Okay.
Was it important?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I have to go.
It's
So,
okay. It's one of
I'm
the
gonna
other
call
white
him back.
friends. Hey, well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Generation Y podcast. And
Yes.
Marcus Jackson, Cadence, East Side Drama Boy, thank you so much, bro,
Man.
for coming through. We're going to have to do it again.
We have to.
Tell everybody where they can follow you at real quick.
Cadence OKC on Instagram,
Yeah.
or if you want to know more about the work we do, you can go to urbanbridge.org or follow us on the Bridge Impact Center
Yeah.
on Instagram. And yeah,
Huge. Doing amazing stuff on East Side. Thank you so much, bro, for coming through. And
Thanks for having
keep doing everything that you're doing, bro. And we appreciate you. Keep being amazing. We'll see y'all next time.